we're starting a little early today. This is John with Pathways to Adventure. We have three of our probably four players that are going to be playing already here. And I just wanted them to introduce their characters and show how awesome and cool they are. And we should be able to get playing here in about 15 minutes. And so we're going to be using Foundry for our play and Discord for our talk. So would you guys like to introduce your characters, maybe from top to bottom?
Good. I have a pixie bard who specializes in dancing, and yeah.
That is so cool. And then Mel?
I have a mermaid rogue who is getting around in a little wheelchair and is very fond of grenades.
I love that.
I know. When she was telling me that character, I'm like, we can absolutely make that in this game. That's going to happen. And so you also have a penchant. I can never remember the word. A very fondness for guns. And so gun rogue, it's a thing.
I love it. And my
He's
character
a thing now.
is Alicia, a pixie sorcerer who just loves to do the good thing every time.
Yeah. And I forgot what you picked for your profession. Was it alchemist or
It's
not?
Arcanist.
Arcanist.
Yeah.
So you can make pretty magical weapons for us and stuff. And so Arcanists, they can make not only mage weapons, they can also make chanter weapons. So you can make cool bard instruments for him too.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so
Pixies unite.
Mhm.
Pixie's overpowered race. Go, go. So I recently updated them too. I don't know if you got to see, but they do have a flight speed of 3. I felt like that would be kind of appropriate since it lets you get a little altitude, but not too much in one turn. So
And then what's their movement speed in general?
everybody has 6 run speed for just moving, horizontally, and that's including while you're flying. It's your flight speed is for gaining altitude. I need to clarify that in the system, but you use
All
your
right.
run speed as far as just horizontal movement. Unless your flight speed is
okay.
higher, then yeah, you can use your flight speed, but it's going to be really rare for that to ever be the case. Um,
All right. Makes
maybe,
sense.
maybe if you have like a flying mount or something, that might be like that, or if you're a druid transformed into a bird. Speaking of which, let me
Right.
message Flutie.
Gotta get our druid in here.
I know.
So we have a bard, a rogue, a sorcerer, a druid.
Sounds like the start of a good joke.
They all walk into a cemetery.
Exactly, literally. All right, so we got Alicia on here. Gordon.
Hello.
It's
Hello.
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 So we have the fairy squad going on. I love it.
Oh, are they also a pixie?
Yep.
I love it.
So I've already got the backstory for us. So she's a pixie royal, is her background. And so you guys were from her court. And how do you know her? Like, what was your relationship as part of her court?
What you looking for? You got it in the front yard?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Like, what might be their relationship to you?
Oh, these fairies? Well,
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about them.
I'm Alicia, the fairy sorcerer who is an arcanist, so I create magical weapons.
Oh, okay.
And I am Fordum. I'm a male pixie bard with a background in dancing and entertainment.
Ah, so maybe he entertained for the royal court.
I love it.
And that's how I knew him. And then with Bria, maybe she made magical potions for the court for healing and so forth. So maybe when my parents were ill one time, she'd come in and healed them with potions.
Perfect. I love it. All right, pixies together, strong. So I found that I can actually change the token size, and And so you guys can actually be your size that lets you fit inside the squares together if you need. So yeah, I had to zoom in close to see your pictures, but we have pixies at pixie size. Yay!
Do you actually have a board up?
Ooh.
Yep. Do you need me to send you the link again, or do you still have it?
Oh, is it the same one?
Yep.
Let me see if I have it.
I'm dancing around. You see me?
Yeah, that's not it.
We
Okay,
are
let me
joined on
see.
stream by my stream assistant, Bonnie. Pretty kitty.
Oh.
Wow. He'll eventually end up in my lap.
So tiny means that
Oh,
we're
there you
like
are.
a fourth of a square.
Yep. And so you can enter
Okay.
the square size of someone who is at least 2 sizes larger than you. That's just the general rule. So as tiny creatures, you can actually go in the same space as a medium creature and use them as a mount or just fly above them. However you want to do it. And if they want you to not mount them, then they have to use shake off to shake you off, which I think is hilarious. I didn't think about that
Like,
being used against other players.
get off of me.
Yeah, literally, get off me, you little fae.
I think I am just on your stream and not in the right place.
Yeah, I don't think you clicked on the Discord. Let me. Here it is. I'll just repaste it.
You're the bomb.
Boop. And now everyone's seen my IP address. Don't dox me, please.
No.
I'm sure
I
there's a way to cut
don't
that
even
out
know how
somewhere.
to begin using an IP address to find someone, so don't even worry about it.
Well, I
Same.
live in Wichita Falls, Texas, and we have guns, so come at me, bro. Just kidding.
I live in good old Georgia.
Georgia Peaches.
Yeah.
So when I break out my Umbra voice, it at least has some legitimacy to it.
Right.
All right, let me get bear. Surely I have an actor that's a bear.
So have either of you played before?
No, this is my first time.
Only
Oh, for your
in
it's
Sorry,
fine.
go ahead.
There's no like it.
This is my first time also.
Don't be afraid to use your imagination.
Oh, trust me. My brain's already been running.
So you're an owl bear, Flutie. I decided we're going to do that for your form just because I'm lazy and didn't want to go find a bear. So we have that whenever you ever want to transform. I still didn't get the stats written out, but it's
Except
going
that
to
it's
be.
not a polar bear. I just want you to know.
I know, but it's an owl bear. It's even more awesome.
Says you.
This is
Hey,
true.
owl
Polar
bears
bears
are cute.
They are. Especially when they're eating
Oh
their
my
dead
gosh.
mother on Baldur's Gate
You
3.
could have got a picture of the Coca-Cola bear.
True. That actually would be a fun way to do it for next time. Alrighty. So we still got about 6 minutes for me to prepare things. So I'm gonna move you guys to a different map for just a second while I prepare this one so you don't see hidden creatures and other things. So
Oh no.
this
We're
is
not
the
allowed to
first.
see the inners.
Yeah, the inner workings of the GM spoilage. Oh, y'all invisible. So they never see you coming, literally. What other fun things we might throw out here? I've got to make it challenging because I've found that players have so much power in the early levels of this game that if you don't challenge them, it becomes a bit of a pushover. And which can be fun to obliterate your enemies in one go, but it's also fun to have a little bit of a challenge. Let's see.
Mushroom returns.
Yes.
Alrighty. Alrighty, so I think we've got a pretty good list of stuff in here. Okay, so everything looks good, so I'll go ahead and reactivate it. Should put everybody over here. We should have going down to the. Looks like one of you guys disconnected though.
I will
Oh,
have to refresh.
Okay,
was it me?
No, you're
Okay.
still in.
All right.
Yeah, it sometimes takes a second for the map to load. So, all right, so we got 4 minutes. Making good time. Good time.
Yeah, my computer started lagging. I was like, yeah, I need to move Discord to my phone or else my computer might explode.
Yeah, it's never a fun thing. You got an older PC or Chromebook or something.
It's not even that old. It's like I think it's 3 years old at max, and then
Huh.
it's got like a Ryzen internal system, and I'm like, why are you so bad?
Yeah, something's up with that for sure. I'm gonna turn my turbo on mine just to make sure it's all good. You don't
Yeah,
hear a
because
fan in the
it
background, do you?
no.
Mm-mm.
Okay, good. Yeah, so our circumstances are you have been ousted from your very court because there have been rumors of a necromancer that has ties to you, even though these rumors are unfounded entirely. You have that kind of lingering thoughts upon your household name that you're trying to go right. And outside of the kingdom is the royal graveyard. And so you have sent out your spies, your little birds, to suss out where this necromancer might be and what they might be plotting. And you've discovered that they are looking for some kind of sacred artifact that is related to an ancient druid from your family's lineage of the Fae. And so you and your trusty dancer and your trusty court sorceress are heading out to try to find this person. And Noe, why is this necromancer someone that you have a grudge to, an axe to grind with? What did they do to you think?
Sorry, are you talking to me again?
Yes.
It's not.
I was writing this down as you
Her.
said this.
Oh, sorry, not
Okay.
Flutie, my bad. For Noe.
Okay.
Um, maybe no, we ran into them when they were mentioning like trying to come up with a ritual, and they were mentioning something that they could use for one of their inventions, and they're like, "Oh, fascinating!" But it turns out it was just kind of a trick to try to get like some of her scales or something,
Ah, for
like
part
use
of the
her for part
ritual.
of a ritual.
Perfect.
And now she's just like, "Oh yeah, sure, try it. Come at me."
Yep. All right, I love it. And so they managed to get some of your scales for the ritual. You were not happy about this. You met up with these guys and were one of the informants that let them know about their ritual they were preparing. And you know that they've come quite prepared. They definitely bring powerful skeleton guards. You know the leader of the ritual is a very powerful necromancer. Um, in this universe, he'd probably be an 8th level or 10th level necromancer, like very, very top tier. So you know to be very wary of what magical might you might bring to the table. But of course, he's surrounded himself with sycophants that are loyal to him. And in the distance, first of all, I want you guys to give me a stealth roll. Let's see if you're being pretty stealthy with your approach here. And so that's just going to
Oh
be a
goodness.
d6 plus your body. And so if you've never done this before, it's in the bottom right-hand corner. You would do /R space 1d6, and then you can add modifiers, or you can just do that and tell me what your modifier is. I suck in level 1. So you can also make
Oh,
it with a little button.
what are we rolling, a
Uh,
d6?
Yep, a
For
d6, and you just add your mind stat, or not your mind stat, sorry, your body stat to it. Or if you're proficient in stealth, it's going to be double the body stat.
What was the command again? Sorry.
I'll type it out. Just like that.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, and you can left click one of the buttons down below on the left hand bottom where it has like 1 to 10, and you can make a quick macro to roll for you if you want to do that. I highly recommend it. It saves a lot of time for you.
Rolled a 2, and my body is, I think, a 1, so I did not.
Yeah, you did not
I
hit
don't
that
think I
high.
succeeded at.
So you're a little just too
Okay,
fabulous.
I rolled
to
an 8.
blend into the crowd. Put your names in the thread because I forgot to do that earlier. And so we're imagining you guys have already introduced yourselves by this point. I think everybody's got to share about their characters. Does anybody not hear when we were sharing about our characters?
I don't think I was. Was this a different session or was it just now?
Oh no, just now.
Okay, then yeah, we're good. I think everybody else is also here.
So we got Fordu, we've got Pluty, we got Alicia, and we got Millie. The short for I forget the full name anyway. Or something. But yeah. So just need a roll from Fordu. We got Fordu's roll, we just need Pluty's and Millie's. If you need help with that, just let me know.
Help with rolling?
Yes.
No, I've got my, I think.
Okay.
Also a 2.
Yeah. Not the stealth.
We are not very stealthy.
It's just all the pixies. They're just too fabulous. They just glitter and glow too much.
Right, we're like ting 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 ting.
Yep.
We're just cute.
So
Lights bouncing off our wings.
yeah. So we're just going to say that you guys are not taking the stealthy approach. You come up loaded for bear, and so you are going to be noticed with your approach. But it's also a very hard area to be stealthy in because it's quite open field almost with this particular graveyard. And so in the very far distance, you do see a gentleman in, or what is assumed to be a male figure, in a very, very dark looking plate armor with a silver mask and a big two-handed sword. You see a person in a cloth robe of some type of magic persuasion, you would assume, holding an orb. And then you see a person also in plate armor but shining brightly with a mace and a little glow on their hand. So you think it might be a cleric perhaps of some sort based on your adventurous travels. And you see a large ogre skeleton and a large minotaur skeleton blocking the way. And so those are the adversaries you would assume that you have been looking for. And I'll let you guys take it from here.
Have a good night. Text me when you get there. You have my left 360. That's true.
All right, y'all want to go in player order on Foundry?
Love you.
We'll roll initiative when you decide to initiate, and if you decide to initiate hostilities, we'll roll for initiative, and that determines the turn order. But right now, you're still out of combat. You're still planning whatever you guys are thinking about doing. So, well, Pluty's on the phone with her mic open. Love you, Pluty.
Oh, sorry. I was actually saying goodbye to Bree. She's leaving. So.
Oh, okay. Tell my clone I said hello.
Swifty says hello.
Yeah,
John.
if I was a lesbian, I would be gone. And if she was a gay, she would be me. All right. So with that said, let's just go down the list of ideas. So Bria, what is your idea? What would Alicia think might be a good option there?
Alicia is very brave and very very sure of herself. So she would go straight in and start casting spells on them.
Okay, so go in and blasting. I like it. So that's your plan of what to do. And for you, what would your plan of action be?
And then I have 24 at Seals on Wednesday.
Just say no.
Huh?
Just say no.
And then I work station.
I'm giving
Flutie,
it
your
some
mic's
thought.
open.
I won't remember it unless you write it down.
No, I'm just telling you. And then Friday I have the track.
That's all right. I'll just pick her up with briefly.
Love you. With all my heart.
I know she's
I
good.
would
Okay, I'm ready to
probably, I would probably back up Pluty with a leadership command skill
Okay.
chant to give her a second action after she performs her first.
Okay. I love it. So you're ready to get Flutie a double act. I like that. So Flutie, what is your plan of attack or plan of what to do that you're working out with your team? You
Okay,
have them
first of all, I
scattered.
need to. Can you tell me how to get to that thing that tells me what my spells and stuff are?
Yeah. So on the Discord that we're in, if you
Uh
scroll
huh.
down a little bit, you'll find Druid and Playtest Druid. And I totally forgot to make your bear because I was a little bit distracted by it with all the fun conversation. So I'll just tell you its stats when you're in the process of playing it. Um, like if you ask me, well, what do I add to this? I'll let you know what to add. It will be fairly simple. A lot of stuff will just be +3s, +4s. And we're going to say that you have 12 hit points times 3 plus 4, or times 2 plus 4. So that's going to be
I'm not finding it.
Do you see where it says class feedback at the very bottom?
In the wrong one.
Oh,
No, I'm
you're
in the
on
right
this one.
No, I'm on the right one. So where is it?
At the very bottom, you'll see class feedback as a chart or as a category, and you'll see Druid under it.
No.
I'll just simply go ahead and print it.
Okay.
There you go. I'm excited because I've never got to see Druid played other than the one time Flutie played it. This is the first time we've seen it being transformable. And it's the first time we've ever seen a sorcerer played. And the first time you've seen a gun rogue played. The gun rogue seems to be super interesting. Right. And for anybody watching this now or later who's freaked out about having guns in your game, don't worry. It's very specifically coded to be optional and to please consult with your game master before using guns as part of your character's build. Some people are anti-gun, and I get it. For fantasy reasons or moral reasons. So, yeah, just always check with your game master for anything. So, but yeah, so Flutie, what's your plan of action?
Okay. So and I'm going first.
We haven't decided who's actually starting first.
Okay.
We're just giving an idea of what we're possibly going to do with these adversaries.
And we have 2 skeletons.
Two skeletons, what seems like a cleric, what seems like some sort of magic user, and then what was the other one?
A very menacing guy in dark armor with a long sword.
There we go.
Great sword, excuse me. Possibly edgy enough to be a shadow knight, would be your guess. Definitely edgy.
Alright. So we've got the big guy with the sword, we've got magic user, we've got support, and then we've got 2 probably grunt type characters.
Yep, looks to be the way. I will say we are level 2, so your health points will be higher. They will be for our bard friend, you're gonna get another +8 health points, so your 12 becomes a 20.
Mine will be
For
+6.
Yep. And including your normal health points will now be also 20 before you transform. And you keep those same hit points when you transform. So your hit points don't change when you transform to an owlbear.
When I transformed, I have the same. I can do the same chants and spells and things. Just with the bear, or I can do other things.
You can do other melee attack stuff. I'll let you know what those are when you're playing. So I forgot to get the list of them for you, but big things like jumping up and overwhelming foes, leaping at foes with the leap strike, hitting everything around you, the flurry of claws, things like that will be some of your abilities you can use. And you'll be a little tankier with your defense. We're going to assume your defense is going to be um, probably a 16 health transform.
So we probably need to go over the bridge first and see if there's anything else hiding in that area, then go towards the what is that building on the left?
So there's a mausoleum over here that we have no idea what's going on with. There's a big mausoleum over here. You can see a special gravestone over here that appears to stand out a bit, and you've got the main force of enemies right here. So I know some of you guys have abilities that can actually attack them from this range. So if that helps pick out your strategies, picking them off before they get too close, or however you want to go about it. For most spellcasters, they have a range of usually 12 squares to 20 squares, unless they have like longbows to increase that range. And I know our rifle person right here could get anything under that pretty much. So,
I think it would be a good idea to take out the his like little army first and then attack him.
yeah.
The big skeleton guy. Or whoever that is, whatever that is up there.
Yeah.
There's like 4 little creatures, right? And then one big one.
Yeah, there's
I
1, 2, 3 smaller, medium
medium,
size,
yeah,
and then
and
2
then
large.
2 large.
Oh, 2 large. We'll take out the 3 little ones then and then work on the 2 bigger ones.
All right. And as you are starting to debate what to do with the situation, you see the priest walk up and kind of get in front of the mage and starts to chant something. And so you have 10 seconds to decide to do something before that chant finishes. The Shadow Knight steps over a little bit as well to try to protect the mage, so you don't have line of sight on him easily. And it also starts to chant something, and then the mage gets
I
behind
will
him.
intervene.
Okay. So we will start to roll initiative then, since both parties are aware of each other. So let us start with Orgon. Actually, you guys can all
Okay.
roll. So your initiative is equal to the best between your technique stat if you're a body user, your attunement stat if you are a magic chanter, or if you're a mage, it's going to be your acuity stat. And so I think I know most of your stats for those, so if you're unsure, I can help you. But you just roll a d6 plus that number, and that determines turn order. If you get a 6, you're automatically in the first bracket. If you get a 1, you're automatically going last.
So we just do the regular roll, or you said plus what?
So for
Plus,
you,
okay, depends on
Come on.
D.
Organ's going last, which is fine for your support.
Oh, everybody roll.
Although
It looks like it'll be it'll
It's like
be
I'm going to be first.
yeah, Pluty, and then y'all two at the end have to re-roll for last, I guess. The mage or actually no, that's a different party. Never mind.
yeah, the party. And so the mage is going to go slower than Organ for sure. So for these two. Oh man, my rolls today. Yeah. Okay, so we've got.
Mine will be a 6 in total.
Okay. So 3. And then
It's
looks like
4 plus
Alicia.
2.
And then my brain's not working today.
Mine
Maybe
is
really
neither
bad.
today. I don't know what the problem is. I'm sorry. I'm slow today.
Yeah, I didn't get tapping earlier. And then it's going to be 4 you. And then all the others. And then explain that. Yes. Alrighty, perfect. So you've got our order. randomly shouted out by Skeleton. I'll stop selecting him. All right, so there's
So I'm first.
Yep, you are first. And a cool thing about this game, which I haven't had a chance to teach some new players, but this is a good example of learning by playing, you can lower your initiative permanently to match somebody else's turn if you want to do a combo turn. And on a combo turn, you get to decide what order that you're doing your individual abilities and movements in. That way, you might do something like one person blinds an enemy, the other person knocks them over, and then you both attack him because they're extra vulnerable. You can do cool stuff like that. And so,
That'd be sick,
Flutie,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, Flutie, do you want to lower your initiative to combo with Alicia?
Sure.
Okay. So, you and Alicia just plan out how you want to do your turn together.
I was thinking about doing an elemental bolt, which has a 20 range.
So I can cast. I have skill spells, so I can maintain focus, or I can also just combo and do more damage.
Yeah.
That would probably be good. Because we get like double the damage because we have to kill so many.
Yeah,
Well,
so I
luckily
could
for you,
do.
it's exactly 100 feet, so 20 squares for all three of them.
Okay.
All right, perfect. So I'll do a arcane bolt.
Okay.
And I'm
So,
going to do the elemental bolt.
okay. Perfect. So the two Fae both point their implements, a scimitar from Flutie and a orb from Ayesha, and they both cast their bolt spells. So just roll a 1d6 and then add your modifiers. For the bolt spells, they're very accurate. They're a +10. And then you would add, I believe, +3 to the roll for Aisha, and then +4 to the roll for Flutie. I think that's your.
And mine's a +10. Mine says 2d6.
Ignore that. The stuff for that is extra stuff that we don't use.
Okay.
I've honestly
So
thought about
+10.
removing them. Yeah, +10 plus your 4 for your character's accuracy.
So I rolled a 5, so 15, and then +3, so 18. So I definitely hit.
Oh yeah. So who were you aiming at?
So I'm gonna aim at the knight-looking guy, the Shadow Knight.
Awesome. So he has a lot of defense, but that's a very accurate shot and enough to beat his defense. So he's got 16 defense with his current build. So
mine's a 1d10 +5.
One, not a D10, it's a D6 plus
Oh.
10. The damage stat on it will tell you what the damage is. Well, not quite, baby. Just roll a D6 and then we can add it in. That'll be probably the easiest. Okay, that'll definitely hit as well. You both rolled really well. Are you attacking the knight as well?
Whatever it'll hit.
Oh, it'll hit everybody. So we'll say you both were aiming.
Then
What
let's hit them
character is the
all.
knight? Perfect. All right. So do you have a certain element you wanted with that bolt, or just let the dice roll and figure it out?
It's lightning. Lightning bolt.
Lightning bolts. I love it. So an elemental lightning bolt comes flying out of. Oh, actually, that happens on your next turn. We forgot about that. So it's a chant.
Ah.
Yep, but you've got it prepared, and we already got the roll, so we'll just remember the roll for next turn for you.
Okay.
So your arcane
And
bolt,
then-
however, does hit.
Yeah, and I'll do force.
Force damage?
Force
Okay.
damage.
Perfect. He is not resistant to it, so that hits him for normal. And so that should be 3 plus your mind stat, so it should be 6 damage, I believe. That sound
Yes.
right? Awesome.
3 plus 3, yes.
Arcane bolt.
Smack him down a little bit.
Yeah. And so we got 6 arcane bolt, and he actually has to make a saving throw to see if he maintains his concentration. And he did not. He
Oof.
interrupted his chant with that one little bolt. That's awesome.
Woohoo!
So you hear him, his voice raising from the deepest, darkest points of the shadow realm. I conjure thee. God damn it. Awesome. Great, great, great. So we still have this person chanting, and this one hasn't gone, but it looks like he's preparing to cast a spell. And so, awesome turn. And so, next up is the priest plus the Shadow Knight, who would have just used his spell. But he starts chanting again, the same spell, same magic ability, the same chant. The priest, however, does finish his chant, and you see the Shadow Knight glow with golden energy. And you've recognized the spell before. You've grouped with clerics, and that is the courage spell. So he's immune to being frightened, and he just got a buff to his hit points. And so he also starts to charge in. And 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The dashes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is his turn. The cleric still tries to do best to get in front of the mage to block a little line of sight, maybe. And starts to chant another chant. And the mage will go last. So, Fordoom, you're up next.
Okay. Am I allowed to ask you for information about resistances on the different targets, or
Absolutely.
something I
So
need to-
what we do for that is there's a action you can take. It's technically set to be a spell called Identify Weakness, and it lets you know if there's any elemental weaknesses or strengths on a target. It's like studying the creature's habits. It's got a fairly short range of like I think 6 squares, so he would be in range for it for sure to learn his weaknesses and strengths.
Okay. I think I might want to cast Sonic Boom on the mage in the back.
Okay.
But just to double check, it says it's got a radius of 4. Does that mean it'll hit the big and small skeleton in the back as well?
Absolutely, as long as you're close enough to cast it. I want to say it's 12 range for it. Is that right?
You'll have to move forward a bit.
20 range, apparently.
Ooh.
Oh, 20. That's right. Yeah, it does have a long range. Yeah, so 20 will hit over there. Yep. And then it's got a radius of 4. Yep, that'll hit everybody.
Yep. That's
Good
what
hit.
I'd like
Good
to
hit.
No time like the present. So roll that attack and make sure your song goes off. On your next turn, it will happen. And so you start to prepare a chant, and you start to chant something fun. Oh, the other fun thing with chants, it's always fun if you want to make up a little chant of what your magical phrase is. You don't have to, but it's fun role play in combat. Yep.
For sure.
All right.
Okay.
So last
Sonic
one.
Boom.
Yes. I always like to do stuff like, what did I do for my mom? Get ready to clear the room in 5 seconds. I will Sonic Boom. Goofy card stuff. All right, so we got that prepared for next turn. And so, now it is Minnow and Bonebutt and Mage. All right, so they start to walk forward. Actually, they're gonna.
Are we
hold
missing
everything.
somebody from the
Turn order? Oh, no way.
turn order?
We did miss you.
Yeah,
I knew I was missing somebody. What was your role?
I think Noi got a 1 or a 2.
That's right. Yeah, so you would
I
be
got a
with
1.
Fordoom. That's what it was. Okay, so you're with Fordoom. So you saw Fordoom start to prepare his chant. And what did you do?
Can I hit the mage from where I am, or do I need to move?
If you
Depends on the
moved one
spell.
square. Yeah, if you moved to right here, you could. So you see your roguish,
Awesome.
wheelchair-wielding mermaid, trying to not look like a mermaid. Pull out her gun, line it up with a good shot.
And I'm gonna try to do cutthroat, because
So cutthroat's a melee attack.
Why
You
not?
have to use.
You would have to be very
Oh.
close.
Yeah.
You'd have to do a ranged
Never
attack.
mind. Never mind. Let's
her
just
character-
go with Let's just go with puncture.
All right. So you go to
I want to
attack with a
inflict the
real
damage.
accurate puncture. You shoot from a mile away.
That's 1d6. There's a 6. Please be higher than a 1.
Pretty much if you get higher than 1, you're probably getting instead using very much lower armor.
Right. Us mages tend to do that.
Yeah.
We're not like other girls. We wear armor.
We're not covered. I love it. So are you able to roll your d6 or did I miss it? Hope their internet didn't cut out.
How do I make this map bigger?
You can scroll out or scroll in with your scroll wheel.
If you're selected on your character or another character, you may have to click on a separate part of the map to kind of unselect it.
Yeah, like drag.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't quite know how to like move around on the map. I just know how to zoom in and out.
You can scroll by holding right click and drag and pan.
Oh, you're awesome.
And do what with Pam?
Oh, it pan
You just
to scroll around.
Oh,
with right
okay.
click.
Thank you, because that's what I was getting lost on.
Gotcha. So Noe, are you there?
I think they may have disconnected or something.
Yeah. Well, I'll roll for him for right now. See, always let the
Nice.
DM roll for you. Always let the DM roll. So that is 12 damage to our mage, who is now bleeding profusely. And put that on there. So with the bleed skill called hemorrhage, if you move while you are hemorrhaging, you take 3 points of damage. Not mitigation, mitigation. And there was a big icon right there. It is. Right, they're bleeding. And they just took a very good chunk of damage. So that is 12 points of damage. Show that on there. Words and things. So they definitely look quite hurt from that, but still not necessarily bleeding out profusely from the bloody condition, but they are bleeding out in other ways. And so that was Noe's first attack, since they're doing the execute maneuvers action. Are you back yet, Noe? I know they've also had audio issues, so it could be that.
Yeah.
I'll say that they probably would then take the use cunning charge action and reload their gun real quickly with their fast hands, and then go for a snipe, trying to do a lot of damage to this creature. I'll go ahead and roll for that and get him another crit if I will see that. Nope, not this time. That is certainly enough to hit this thing. And snipe does 9 damage plus the body stat. So that would be 3 plus 9 is 11. This thing is getting quite hurt now. It is certainly below half its hit points. And it is in range of gun, and gun range is deadly to begin. So that is Noah's turn. But then now that would be the Minnow, Bonebutt, and Mage. So Mage goes to try to hide, so it takes 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 damage running away as it's bleeding out profusely, and is left at 2 little hit points. Okay. So as it runs away, though, it does cast a spell. It casts Arcane Eruption, kind of hit the party.
Can I respond to that?
You can if you were closer with counterspell, if that's what your goal is.
No.
I
Damn
know. The long range spells get you. Alright, so it goes to Arcane Boom before it runs away. And that's going to there. Everybody right there. Yep, just barely. And so everybody is going to take 2 damage, and we'll give the damage real quick.
My squishy body.
Maybe
So
we should
this,
spread the party a little bit.
yeah, just a
Yeah,
little.
we need to spread out
All right, so it's gonna be
before we get
6.
obliterated.
Well,
Yep,
we need to get over the bridge, so maybe we should at least get over the bridge and then
Me
spread
too.
out.
all right, so
Well, 3
everybody
of
is
us
going
can
to take
fly.
21 points of magic force damage. And so if you have any
Goodness
reaction
gracious.
stuff to lower that, that might be a good time. Like a barrel roll or something.
I guess yeah, I'll try to move to my right, getting out of the radius.
Okay, with a barrel roll, or do you have another skill? I can't remember off the top of my head.
Let's see, how high is my body is so low. That's the problem.
I'm gonna say Noe tumbles out as quick as they can with the barrel roll to avoid the attack. Barely with the reaction. I don't
I would like to
think
barrel roll as well if I can. Not sure.
absolutely. Barrel roll is such a useful skill. All right, so just remember it takes 1 stamina point to do that, and then you'll get your stamina back at the start of your round, your turn. You get half your stamina back rounded down. And so,
I don't think I have any maneuver skills.
yeah, you probably don't on a.
And I can
sorcerer.
disengage, right?
No, you don't have
Oh,
that.
well,
Actually.
or I can. What's that skill maneuvers? I can barrel roll,
Oh,
disengage,
barrel
or
roll.
evade.
So
So I can
unfortunately,
barrel roll.
you can, but unfortunately, it won't get you out of the radius right now.
Oh,
Otherwise, it would be a perfect time for it. But 2 people didn't take damage, and then you guys
No.
took the 21 damage.
I am down.
my evasion dodge can't take. It says incoming attacks disadvantaged 1 round.
Oh, disadvantage. That's right. You are correct. So you can barrel roll. Good correction.
I don't
Follow
think
the
Noah has
sense.
barrel roll.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Actually, that's a good question. I can't remember. I know rogues by
I don't.
standard.
I'm in.
Oh, is that Noe speaking? Are you back?
Also, if yeah, it's Noah.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. Okay. Good catch. But unfortunately, we do get hit by it. Um, so we might be in a pretty rough
Okay,
space.
it says my maneuver avoid is 4.
Mm-hmm. So that is for things like if someone goes to slap you, kick you, try to knock you down, grab you. That's what the maneuver avoid is. Spell
Alright.
resist doesn't work on area effect attacks since it's still just an attack. If it was like a big sleep spell or something, then it would go up against your resist of sleeping magic or whatever. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be 21 damage to you 3 right here. But unfortunately, even with the disadvantage roll, it still gets that mage meant business, but he's also almost dead. So they're going to continue to guard over here, and they both. The Minotaur starts to take the dodge action to up his defense, and this guy starts to block with his shield. And that is the end of round 1. So if anybody is at 0 hit points, health points, excuse me, what you enter is called Death's Door. Meaning at the end of your turn, not the start, but the end of your turn, you have to roll a d6 to see if you die. You only die if you roll a 1 at first, but every time that you have to make a death roll after the first one, it becomes easier to die. So on the second roll, it would be a 2 or a 1. Third roll would be a 3 or a 1, etc. And so if you ever roll a 6, you come back at 1 health point and you're no longer at death's door. You can stand right back
Alright.
up and keep fighting. You're also not unconscious. You actually can use tools, like drinking a health potion is a very smart move when you're at death's door.
Unfortunately, I
How
have
do I know
another
what
player.
my health is?
So for you, Flutie, since we're level 2, I'll go ahead and put it on your character sheet real quick. Like that. But your maximum hit points is going to be, let's see, that is 8 plus 12 is 20. So you have 20 max hit points. So unfortunately, this guy bopped you guys for walking 1 hit point more than you have. So we'll just put a little symbol on you that shows that you're in the process of dying. For some reason, with my mic, I'm having issues and it's very quiet. So we'll have to fix that later on. Great. But yeah, just because you're
All
at
right,
Discord doesn't mean you're dead yet. So don't worry about that.
all right. So I
Okay, this
rolled
should
a
be my
4.
turn, right?
Yes, it's now Flutie and Alicia's turn.
And oh yeah, because we're together. So now I should be able to play my lightning bolt.
Yes. Now, the only thing with that, though, is you do need to roll to see if you got interrupted with your chant, much like our Shadow Knight got interrupted earlier. So, what you roll is a d6, and then I'll let you know what your bonus is. You have to beat a 5. All right, you beat the 5 for sure. So, yes, your chant does complete, and you get to fire off your bolt. So, who are you firing your bolt at?
Well, we were firing it at everyone in that circle up there, but some of them moved. Do you guys want me to take care of this guy here by the bridge, or do you want me to hit it on the ones that are in the back?
I think one's in the
Maybe the
back,
one on
so
the
that.
bridge so we can go across.
I have a tactical question regarding that.
Yep.
You can see my mouse, right?
Yes.
Yeah, this area to the right of us looks like elevated ground.
It is.
Since we are fairies, can we fly up to that?
Absolutely can.
And this Dark Knight over here, I guess, at least I assume, he cannot reach the higher ground since he cannot fly.
Yeah, he would have to climb up either this little area right here that has a little egress to it, or he would have to climb up the sheer cliff over here. It's probably at least 10 foot tall. And so it would slow him down probably.
So can we all just go up the mountain?
You absolutely can.
Okay, so let's.
Now,
Where
the
would
problem
you?
is, though, you're currently dying, though. And so,
Oh.
Yeah, we're both laying on the ground like,
yeah. And so I actually forgot, and this is bad news, Flutie. If you do fall into the death's door state, it does cancel your chant, unfortunately. So that
Yeah, I
really
was about to
screws you guys
say.
up.
Is the Dark Knight capable or willing to finish off unconscious characters, or will he ignore them?
I thought I overrode his thing
You
when
did, but
I
that
rolled.
was a dumb thing on my part. I totally forgot that you went death's door. That was my error, not yours.
Okay.
From that big blast that hit you guys earlier. I didn't clear that real quick.
So my whole thing is null and void. I'm so sad.
I know.
Yeah, it
Chants are
happens.
powerful though, but yep, they can get interrupted.
You gotta. Yeah, we have to be able to protect each other while we're chanting.
Yep.
Okay, so we can go ahead and move to safety at least, or
You can
what?
move.
A
You
little
can
bit
move.
of safety.
Yeah, you can move 2 squares while you are in death's door. You get
Only
-1.
2.
Only 2. Now, you guys are seasoned adventurers, so I'm assuming you would each have at least 1 health pot or 2. So you can use a health pot to get out of death's door with your use tool action. It consumes your action for that turn, but it will, guaranteed save your bacon. But then you can move
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I am too.
All right. I'll put you back where you
Mm-hmm.
were. And yeah, go for it. So you guys heal back up 10 health points. You're no longer in death's
All
door.
right. So I'm at 10 of 16 right now.
Yep. And you would spend 1 stamina point to stand up, and then you have your full movement available to you. So if you're wanting to fly over to the cliffside, that is certainly a good idea. And you've got a 3
Yeah,
flight
I
speed.
wanna. Yeah. So I can only move 3 up in the air.
Yeah, you can go up 3, and then you can go over 6.
Okay, so I'll go over 6 to the.
You like right here?
Yeah.
5, 6. Okay, perfect. All right, are you wanting to follow suit,
Same.
Flutie? All right.
Yes.
Mhm. All right, perfect. So you guys are still near each other, but at least you got the altitude on your side. Um, awesome turn, awesome turn. You guys are back in the fight. You're both at 10 hit points, health points. And then next up,
That was rough. They knocked us down good.
really good. All
Yeah,
right.
you
So,
saved us by noticing that that was elevated. That was good. Good call.
very good call.
Thank you.
Bards are fun for being battlefield buddies. All right, so now it's the priest and Shadow Knight's turn after killing Alicia. So his chant finishes, and you see him become enshrouded in a dark, sinister aura that envelops him and makes him a little harder to see. And he has now received a barrier. And barrier is like temporary help. So he does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then does another action point, or a stamina point, excuse me, to brush our fairy down here, and goes to strike me with a very powerful overhand swing. So less accurate, but quite strong.
Alright, so Knight rolls and then Fordham rolls for saving.
Yes, he's actually good. And it does not connect, because your defense is higher than 6. So awesome. So his first strike misses terribly, and he goes for a more precise strike for his next attack.
Thank gosh you're so small.
I know. So he got really angry this time and rolled 17 to do the precise attack. Does a lot less damage though, so you only take, what is it? Let's see, 6 plus body stat of 2, so 8 points of damage.
Oof. Still knocks you down a good bit.
Yep. Alrighty, and now that priest turn is to start chanting again. And he stays where he's at, because he's not aware of what's happening. Now, Fordham, you do need to make a save. You need to make a, what is it called? Well, I'll remember it. A resolve save. Uh, endure save, excuse me. So for you, you have really good resolve. So I think yours is the +3. So it should be a roll +3. You have to beat it by
Okay.
to see if your chant is maintained. That was a tough call for the Shadow Knight. Yep, you're good. He was like, if I don't stop this guy from chanting, something bad's going to happen, but I also want to finish his person off. So he was hedging his bet to hope to get you. So he did not, however, get you, and so now it is your turn, and your chant completes. And so roll your attack roll, and let's see how much damage you're going to wallop these guys for. 3 plus a 5 is 8, plus your 4. So that is going to beat the defense of the priest, and certainly these two, even though they are blocking and dodging, they didn't quite have enough. And so your damage is quite high on that one. I think it's twice your spirit stat plus 21, is that correct?
Let me double check for you. It is, yep, 2 spirit plus 21, 76 thunder.
Ooh, that is unfortunately going to drop this guy into death's door and interrupt his chant that he's preparing. These
It was a
guys,
sonic boom.
Sonic boom. All right, and Tony Boy over here is quite hurt as well. So you did, what was it, 20, I'm not going to minute, 27, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So he is bleeding out now. He is below half of his hit points. I'll go ahead and show you his hit points. There we go. And then this guy is a little sturdier, but definitely got hit pretty hard as well. So I'm gonna do math. I hate subtraction. So, okay, yep. So they're both injured a bit, but this guy's definitely took more And this guy is down. I think I adjust the points. He is deleting up the PC. All right, very awesome. You got your chant off despite his best efforts. He took out the cleric, and he was bleeding out, dying. He did a lot of damage to the guys back there. Awesome turn, awesome turn. All righty, so next up will be the Minnow Bone Button Mage.
Aisha's just standing on the hill cheering, just woo!
Yeah.
No way. I keep forgetting no way. No way. It's your turn.
Knight is starting to make me a little nervous since he's so close, so I'm gonna try to hit him with puncture
Awesome.
because he seems very fond of moving around.
He is. And your puncture almost killed that mage earlier. I don't know if you were able to hear it when you were talking about it.
Here, but I can't. Oh shit. That was everything. Come on, just hit the one. Why do the dice hate me?
Mhm.
Did you roll? I didn't even see your roll.
I don't think it rolled on our screen.
I'm trying to roll, but it does not seem to want me to roll, which is weird because it did a minute before.
Is it /R or R/?
/R
/R.
space 96.
I do not know why the dice will not roll.
Do you want me to roll for you?
I am clicking on the dice.
Let's see if I
I
give you an
suppose
answer.
so. The dice will not.
Oh wait,
Yes.
there it goes. Oh, net one.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
5.
I'm gonna give you DM advantage since I don't like rolling that ones for people. So we're gonna say you rolled a
Okay,
5 on
great.
that one.
Yay!
Yay! And so that's a 5
Yay!
plus a 5 plus
Plus
a
3 plus body.
it's for you. It's actually it's another +5 because
All right.
it is your technique stat determines your accuracy of your attacks. So you've got a 5 technique, so it's 5 there, a 5 base, so that's at 10, and then you rolled a 5, so that's a 15. So it just barely does not connect with his armor of 16 because he is so heavily armored. So as your shot
Oh
goes, it
no.
almost hits his neck and it just grazes right off of the armor and deflects just a little bit, barely missing poor Doom himself. So your first shot, unfortunately, is not going to connect unless a certain bard helps.
You could
You
do
want to give a
bard
little,
thing.
you want to give a little inspiration there for Doom?
Yes. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Hey!
So you see Noe taking your shot, and you pull out your, what's your instrument that you use?
A flute.
A flute. So you're like,
Die.
I love it. And the next thing you know, that shot that was about to go errant just by a little bit manages to get him right in the jugular. You see him start to kind of choke a little bit on his own blood, and he is now bleeding out and takes 6 damage, I believe. Send it to 6 in the gun again. Never stopped in the drink. Awesome. So that's your first attack. You still can make a second attack. That said, you would have to use one of your cutting charges to reload quickly. Is that something you'd like to do?
Okay. That is something I'd like to do.
Awesome. So real quickly with preternatural speed, you see reloaded, ready to go. And what's your next attack you'd like to use?
Shadow Knight is still looking. He's hit, but he's still looking pretty okay, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's still pretty tanky. He's still in there for sure.
Besides that causes a amount of damage. Uh,
It's taken 12 points of damage so far.
is he holding any weapons?
He definitely is. He is holding a greatsword in 2 hands.
Okay, can I try a disarming shot to get the greatsword out of his hand?
Hell yeah, you can. Go for it.
Okay, that's also a d6. Will the dice obey me?
Let's hope you're lucky.
The dice will not.
Actually, roll a 30
Oh,
with
yes.
advantage.
No.
Unfortunately, even advantaged, you do not have enough accuracy to hit this guy. When you're shot, he manages to deflect it with his two-hand sword, very much not wanting to lose his weapon in the process. So that is your turn, unless you wish to do some movement. You want to get to the high ground, maybe?
Can I try to go over the bridge?
Absolutely can.
Can I get on the high ground?
Yeah, there's a egress to get up right here. Well, it's
Okay.
I
wheelchair
would say
accessible enough.
because you're so melee based, I would stick to getting closer to them.
But her build, she's actually a bit more
Yeah, I'm gonna
range
try to
focused.
cross the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's. Oh, shoot. 2, 3,
Maybe right
4,
over here.
5. Let's go over here. 6.
Perfect. Well, that's a great turn. And so now it would be Minnow Butt and Mage. And Mage actually takes 3 damage from bleeding at the start of his turn, so he
Gonna
is
go
in
over there.
death's door. And
Why are there 2
unfortunately,
of me?
does not have health potions.
Maybe lagging. Just give it a second.
You could just reload the page. Just reload the
Yeah.
web page. It fixed it for me.
Alright, the
Oh,
Mage
shit.
has not died, but he got close to it. So he's still hanging in there. He does not have any actions he can take other than try to crawl away to safety. And so he's currently not visible, but he is gone
Oh, shit, did
somewhere
my volume
inside this
break?
building.
No, you're
Oh,
there.
can you hear us?
You're good.
The game of technical difficulty. Okay. So the mage is Schrodinger's mage. We do not know if he's alive or dead because he's been in the building. He could be either way at this point. All right. And so these two are tired of guarding because they are getting quite hurt from you guys, so they're going to rush you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And stamina point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same for the other guy. And that is their turn. So you're at the top of the round with Booty and Alicia. It's getting spicy.
What's the remaining turn order for the turn, Game Master?
Unless I accidentally skipped you, it should be top of the round with Booty.
I think John, we're not hearing you.
Oh, testing? Can you hear me now? I don't know why.
I see the guys moved though.
Testing, testing. Testing, testing.
Did you accidentally mute your headset, John? By any chance? Like on the button or something?
Testing, testing.
All right, testing now. Okay, for some reason my
Can you
camera
hear?
died. But no, it's back now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was weird because my camera is also my mic right now. So it's definitely gonna
Interesting.
mess up the stream. But oh well, don't need to see me anyways. Only so you can see the game and hear me. So yes, so these two are tired of holding back, and they were commanded to go rush you guys. So they rushed in and dashed, and that is as far as they could get for the skeleton. But the Minotaur skeleton actually moves a bit faster, so it gets to go 2, 3, 4, and that is their turn. So that should be end of the round, and it should be now including in Alicia's turn for round 3.
Bloody Alicia, may I make a suggestion? Just a
For sure.
suggestion. Alicia, you are a bard just like me. Do you have invisibility?
Alicia is a sorcerer.
Oh,
Does not have invisibility, unfortunately. But
No
does have
okay.
big blast
invisibility.
spells.
Sorcerer and druid, Pluty and Alicia, right?
Yep.
In that case, Pluty, do you have some form of root as a spell?
I don't. Actually, maybe. Let me go check. But I'd be surprised if I didn't do something like that. Really. I know they have something to slow people down, for sure.
Mm.
All right, so she has, yes, ensnaring vines in Fitfoot snare, which
I
lowers
have
the.
grasping roots.
Yep, grasping roots
Because
and
what I'm
ensnaring
thinking of,
vines.
if we can get something to root the knight next to me, I'll disengage on my turn and just move away. To give you guys a chance to channel some damage, probably.
I was actually going to conjure lightning, which would hit them for the next 6 rounds. But
I was going to either heal myself or Pluty.
Okay.
we don't want to lose him either. So the thing
How
is,
much health are you at, Fordham?
12 remaining, I believe. Right,
I
John?
can also heal you
Yes.
too, I think.
Okay.
I
and I
think
have
you
10.
are.
For 8, so yeah.
Oh, I'm not close enough to you to heal you right now.
You can move though, right? Or is that your
Yeah, let's
turn
see.
if you
1,
move?
2,
I'm
3,
not sure if the
4,
knight moves
5,
before me. Oh,
6.
If you want to
I'll
really
still
hurt
be
that knight,
one. I'm one away from being close enough to heal for them.
If we
okay.
kill the knight, we don't have to worry about it.
I was gonna
Yeah, we could
say,
also just do that.
Flutie, your heal harm ability summons a bunch of tiny beasts of your choice to deal piercing damage to the target, and then you can spend one of your charges to even double that damage if you'd like, which would hurt a lot.
Where's that one? A heal harm?
Yeah, heal harm. For you, it's special. It has 12 range, and it does piercing damage instead of magical types of damage. And you get to describe what tiny beasts stick to swarm and murder your
Oh, I
target.
see it.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so you start to chant your heal harm. I imagine you're doing like a Disney princess song to summon up all these little woodland creatures.
Mm-hmm.
And so you prepare that chant, and you might want to do what you can to be as safe as possible. Maybe hide behind the tree or something. Might be a good tactical choice.
Okay. So let me get. Oh shoot! What did I do? Oh, there we go. So where are we?
You
Where
go
am I
over
hiding?
here. I'd probably recommend hiding behind a tree like that so you don't get attacked by stuff.
Which tree? Where I'm
The big,
at?
yeah, there's a big tree right there.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to tell. It's a little faded out. But yeah, so you're going for the Night Reaper chant next turn, so that's good. And so, Alicia, what are we doing for
I
you?
can't do it this turn.
Nope, it's a chant. You have to wait until it comes around to your
Can
next turn.
Okay.
Can I do an arcane barrage?
You absolutely can.
I would like to target the 2 skeletons and the knight with my arcane barrage.
Okay, let me do one on each.
And so that's 3 plus 6, a d6. So I will roll that.
3 plus 5 plus 6. Okay.
Nice.
Yep, so 3
So
plus 5, 8 plus that's 12. So that's certainly going to hit this guy over here. And so that's 6 damage to him, I believe.
uh, so that'll be one of my mana spent.
Yep. And that's minus spirit, so is that 17 hit points? Opens up. And that's enough to hit the skeleton guy as well. So okay. And then unfortunately does not connect with Shadow Knight Terra from his heavy armor. You did hit the other two successfully. Not bad, not bad. And next up is my brain's not
Oh, can I move also?
absolutely.
I'd like to just move to like towards the water by the cliff.
Okay. I'll just meet you over there.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome.
So was
Okay.
I able to move as well?
Yeah, but hiding behind a tree was probably the best bet. It was a really safe option.
Okay.
Okay. I forgot to remove that thing. All right. Where are we at now? So now it is the Shadow Knight and Priest turn. The priest is trying to do what he can, but he's just crawling away. You can't cast spells while at death's door. And he didn't have any health potions because he's not a smart adventurer like you guys. He's going to roll a death save, see if he's dead, and he is dead. So,
Ugh.
One down.
yeah, one
Alicia's
down,
just
no
cheering,
damage.
clapping.
Yeah, love it. All right, and so that is that. So Shadow
Clap
Knight's
if you
turn.
believe in fairies.
So Shadow Knight Patera is still really quite miffed about what's going on, and so he goes to strike Doom once more. It's with an accurate strike. Plus 13. Plus 12. And he whiffs it
Oof.
completely. Woo. All right, so then he tries a overhand swing, which will probably not connect, but let's see. Plus, bodies of
Let's
two.
be honest, imagine how hard it is to swing a sword at a fairy.
Yeah, like that was a precise strike too. He's like, ha! Damn it. Why won't it die? Why won't it die? And so it he attempts a very powerful swing with overhand, and you definitely avoid it with your combination. Yeah, I'm gonna reload the stream real quick to fix the camera things. Cat is racing it. Oh, actually, I'm gonna keep it going just because I don't want to pick people out of chat. So FizzDits had a good question. Said what classes are being played currently? We currently have a fairy druid, a fairy sorcerer, and a fairy bard. And then we have a Auckland currently being played as a rogue. So hopefully you're able to hear that. And my voice is still working. So yes. So you managed to definitely avoid those two strikes to come out unscathed. And next up is Fordoon's turn.
We're
Okay, a couple of
doing
questions.
Yes.
Sorry.
all good.
No, this is how we learn.
Exactly.
If I cast invisibility on myself, can he
Okay.
interrupt that action?
You cannot.
And if I have invisibility on myself, can he do attacks of opportunity?
He can try, but it's going to be a lot less accurate. And he also is using
Yeah,
all
All
his
right.
have
stamina.
disadvantage. Yeah.
If I cast invisibility, can I still move in that turn?
Absolutely. A very
All
wise
right,
choice.
let's go for it. I'll invis myself.
Alrighty. You are now invisible.
And I would like to
back here,
try
you little
and
shit.
is he? I'm invisible now, and if I move to the little junction here, can he cross over me to get to Pluty and Elish?
He can, since he's two sizes larger than you, it would be like he just brushes past you. But
In
definitely
that
an
case,
interesting idea.
how many squares can I move?
You can move 6
Six,
squares.
is it?
Yep.
I would like to move there.
All right, perfect. So he does attempt to take a swing at you, but he's going to probably whiff it unless he gets stupidly lucky. And he is not stupidly lucky, so you're safe. He's starting to look a little exhausted. He's got one stamina point left. Sweat through his armor. Awesome. Good turn to get out of dodge. Always smart move. All right, so then it's now Minnow, or no, sorry, it's Noah's turn.
Did
So we
I
got some-
miss it, or where's the mage?
The mage
Mage is
has.
dead.
Well, the priest is certainly dead. The mage is unknown. He's Schrodinger's mage right now. He went into the building, so we can't see him. But he's either dead or
Okay.
is getting assistance. We're not quite sure
Okay.
which.
Okay. Okay. How is the skeleton like in front of me looking?
So you have their hit points visible currently. This one's looking pretty. Sorry. This one's looking pretty sturdy still. This one's starting to leak out marrow, and his magical blue energy that's keeping the bones cobbled together is starting to leak out as well. And they definitely are
One
looking
right
in your
in front of me?
direction. The one over here is the more injured
Yeah.
one. This one's the sturdier one.
I'll take a swing at the more sturdy one because it's making me nervous.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
As it should.
Yep. What does Nisha? What does inflict the snare affliction mean?
So snare, it reduces their movement to half of what they can normally move. So this guy can normally move 8 squares because he's a very quick minotaur. So that would reduce him to only moving 4 squares if it hits.
Oof, that'd be good.
Okay. Can I try that?
Yes, you can. Do you want me to roll for you, or is your roll working now?
I am very consistently hitting the dice, and the dice are not dicing, and I still don't understand why.
There it goes.
Hey, I got another crit for you. Okay, so this guy
Hell
is
yeah.
snared.
Yay!
Yay! And that's 6 damage times 2 is 12, so that is 50. Oh my goodness, 55 hit points, so he is almost in the state of bleeding out, but he is snared. So let me cover. What is his movement speed reduced? What is it? We'll just do restraint for right now. That I got close enough. All right, so he definitely cannot catch you if you move away from him. And you can use another one of your 5 cunning charges, your third one, if you want to reload and do another shot on somebody.
That, and I will turn around and I'll try to hit the Shadow Knight.
Awesome. I'm going with an accurate snipe.
Can I?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to snipe him.
All right, so you aim real carefully with your rifle that you just reload extra quick. You shoot, take the shot. Let's see if I get another crit for you. Be an advantage and give you an extra
Ooh.
chance. And we got a crit.
No. Woo!
That's my special rule. If I ever roll a nat 1 for somebody, they get advantage. Because that's not fun when somebody else rolls for you and gets you a nat 1. So, okay, you're going to
That's
be a
true.
lot of
Right.
damage.
That is
Okay.
true.
So 9
Excellent.
plus 3 is 12 times 2 is 24 damage from your snipe. And that would actually finish him off, but he had a barrier of 25 damage. So he is almost depleted his barrier. You see the shield of shadows that was surrounding him start to fade a little bit. And good shots. So now you're kind of in a rock and a hard place, because this guy can get to you with 4 movement, and this guy can certainly get to you at 2. And you're at 10 health points. So what do we do?
I run all the way to the corner, so I'm just over here.
Perfect. I'll move you.
Because I'm pretty sure I can still hit people.
Oh yeah, for sure. You can get people from
But yeah,
all over the map. Awesome. Great
I just need to
turn.
run away.
Great turn. And so that was Fordham. And wait, was that Fordham as well on that turn?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay. So now it is Minnow's turn, Bonebutt's turn, and Mage's turn. Let's see if the Mage lives or dies. You guys still don't know the hidden rules. He's dead. He's so dead. Okay, he did. So Mage, you're as his death throes happen off screen.
Mage died alone in the mausoleum. Happy times.
Hopefully alone. You just never know. Alrighty.
Oh.
So you still have not seen the Necromancer, mind you. And so with that said, Minnow tries to get to you. 4. And then it dashes again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and barely gets into range of you, just barely. But wasted some stamina to get there. As it tries so hard to limp towards you quickly with its broken knee, never being able to do an adventure again. And goes to strike you with a very inaccurate attack, trying to finish you off. And does a 7 hit you? I do not believe it does. So it goes with its axe coming right down at you, and you barely manage to turn your wheelchair just the right way, break out your rapier at the last second, and parry this strike and deflect it at the last second. And then it tries a little bit more of an accurate attack against you, trying to actually, no, it does a flurry of attacks, trying its best to hit you. And they're also very inaccurate and weaker. So the 7 does not hit. And 8, I believe, does not hit. And a 2 does not hit. So you are parrying like a fiend right now with your rapier, trying your hardest to fend off this very large creature. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, and so skeleton bro over here, looking pretty rough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's trying to climb up the wall to get to you guys, but he unfortunately cannot get to you in time. And we're at the top of the round with Flutie and Aisha, where Flutie's chant finally finishes.
And I'm going to use the heal harm.
Yep.
And I don't. How far does it hit? Will it hit both him and the shadow fiend?
It's a single target. So probably
Well, I think in this, I was going to take out the skeleton.
Either one works. I will say that you do know that the knight has more health points and has kind of been a bit scarier than the skeleton. If your character is thinking tactically about that. Totally up to you, of course, as the player, but just giving you
Of course, I
such
can
information.
move, right?
Yeah, you can, of course, move
After.
for sure.
Okay, then I'll attack the other one. The whatever that one is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the bunnies are all cute and warm, but I'm conjuring them with the spell heal and harm.
I love it.
There's
I love
piss
it.
all in the
That is so
floor.
great.
Oh my gosh. 1 second.
It's okay. So you summon a horde of bunnies, just like a certain anime. No, it's not too late to join Fitz. If you'd like to come in, we can absolutely love to have you. We'll just finish this combat up and we can introduce your character and we'll take a small break once we get finished. It's a bit of a longer combat because it's quite intricate fight so far and a lot of cool stuff's happened. So, Flutie, roll that attack and let's see if you hit. You might need a little bardic inspiration from this situation, but we'll see. So that's 5 plus your bonus at the 5 is 10 plus 4 is 14. So with just a little bardic inspiration, that will turn into a hit.
Yep.
Awesome. So Flutie, here's the fun part. You have your I will remember the name of it. Was it creation? What is the name of the chart that you have? Creation charges. So one of your special things is called dual nature. You can use one of your creation charges to double the outcome of your attack chance and heals. Would you like to double the outcome to blow this guy up?
Is he not dead?
Oh, he certainly will be once you double it.
Okay, I'll double it.
All right, so not
I
only do
thought
you
the
summon
one hit him.
bunnies, these bunnies enlarge into super bunnies, and you see this guy just absolutely get swarmed by bunnies. It is hell on wheels. The bunnies are ripping him from limb to limb. He's barely alive at this point. And yeah, that was a brutal turn. I love it. Fear the druid with the bunnies. All righty. And so Alicia, I believe you were doing something on your turn last time. Is that correct? She might have had to go. Where is it?
Yeah, I heard her. Someone called her, so.
Okay. So we'll table her turn for now and keep going. And so Shadow Knight has to make a death save because he, again, is not a smart adventurer that doesn't help bots. And he is still in the ring there. And he tries fruitfully crawling away a little bit. And that is his turn. And so.
Oh, wait, I was going to move as well.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
So I think I want to go.
Across the river.
Yes, across the river and to the
I'm
left.
back.
All right, welcome back.
So I can go 6. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. All right, so Alicia, I believe you were doing something on your last turn, correct?
Yes. I think I was. Was I doing the chant?
I think you were chanting something powerful.
Yes, I was doing a heal spell on somebody, I think.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. So everyone is fairly low hit points, so definitely feel free to pick anybody you want. But I will remind you are level 2, so you can actually make that affect 2 targets if you wish.
That is so true. I keep
totally forgot
forgetting
that
we
was a
are
thing.
starting at level 2.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
pretty
10,
easy.
I think, left.
Yeah, you're at
Oh
10
wait,
Is
no,
that
now.
correct?
I cast the arcane bolt last turn. No,
That's right.
the
Arcane
barrage.
Barrage. That's right.
Yeah.
So you know this
All
guy's
right. So
fairly
I
low. Go for it.
will.
Can she finish off the mage or mirage or the whatever that thing is on the bottom?
Yeah, you could double. You could attack him 3 times if you wanted with the barrage and make sure he's extra dead. You can maybe take this guy out with a good
I'm
barrage.
going to
Or maybe
arcane.
take out the skeleton because he's.
I'm going to arcane bolt the knight,
Okay.
and I'm gonna twin blast it, and I'm gonna target the skeleton as well.
Okay. So the skeleton right here. Awesome. So let's
So that
roll those
will.
attacks.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was checking, making sure everything was kosher.
So I will show you one cool thing you could do that your character would probably be aware of. Since you're spending one of your charges to make it a twin bolt, you do get the benefit of your other class feature to change the element. And you know that skeletons are very weak to bludgeoning damage. They take double damage from bludgeoning. So
That
you
is
turn
very
into a rock.
true. So I will be using. Well, it's a arcane bolt, so I can choose force or mental.
Yes, but you can also change it to anything you want since you're a sorcerer.
Oh yeah, that's true. Twin. All right, yeah, I will do that then. I'll target them both with a bolt of rocks.
All right. So an accurate bolt of rocks, so it's a d6 plus 10 plus 2, I believe, for you. And that'll
All
certainly hit
right,
both
girl.
of them. Nice. All right, so he's got to make his second death fail. So it's a d6. He fails on a 2 or lower, and he's dead. You have finished off the night.
Huzzah.
He is a death knight
Huzzah!
now instead of the
Yes,
shadow
what
knight.
exactly you've been doing today?
Oh my gosh.
Clap your hands if you
Alright.
believe in fairies.
Because
One second, Mom.
Yeah. All right, and so this guy is going to take double damage. So you normally would do 6 plus your mind is what? Or sorry, uh, 3 plus your mind is 6. Doubled is 12. So this guy is barely alive. You're barely hanging in there 5 hit points.
Ooh.
Awesome, and we'll let her deal with her parent aggro. I'll move her to
Well,
the
are you
river.
wanting to move?
I assume she probably will want to move over the river. Would be my guess, so it can get to her easily at least. So
Yeah,
just do
I'm
that.
gonna move so that I can be away from the enemies because I
Okay.
am still quite low compared to everyone.
For sure. You want to float over the river so it has trouble reaching you?
Oh, for sure.
All right.
Gonna
Fly
take
over to
advantage of
it.
those wings as much as possible.
Heck yeah, gotta do it. Awesome. So yeah, that was a great turn. Very, very cool. And Ford, no, sorry, that was Pluto and Alicia. So Shadow Knight and Priest are now dead. So now it is Fordham.
Okay. I will cast command on
All right.
Alicia so she can cast again.
Awesome.
And I will move here.
All right. You become visible as you bark out a command. You're like, do it again. Encore.
Yes.
All right. You got any mana left to do
All
a
right.
cool big spell?
I should, because I've used one stamina, I've used one charge, and one mana. So I'm at.
Are we supposed to be keeping track of that, or do you keep track of that?
You're supposed to keep
I
track
have
of it,
no idea.
but I kind of
Oh,
do a little bit mentally as well.
I have no idea where I'm at
You
as far as like
used.
stamina and that.
You haven't used
So
any
I should
spells because you
have.
don't have any. You've used one morale point on the heal, and I think that's the only morale point you spent, right? I don't think you cast any other
Oh,
spells successfully.
I haven't healed at all,
correct.
so there's no morale points spent at all.
Yeah.
So how many do you start with morale?
For you,
It's on your
typically.
chart. Yeah.
3? So
So
I'm
I
down
have
to 2.
4 mana currently, so I have plenty of mana to play around with.
You have 4 for you to start with, so you still got plenty.
Oh, so I have 3. Okay.
So I.
And how much stamina do I have to start with?
So Fordom is just like commanding me to do another spell.
Yep.
So I'm going to.
3 stamina, too.
I will embrace his kind words of encore, 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 and I will cast another arcane bolt directed at the minotaur skeleton that's about to swing at our dear friend over there.
Okey-dokey. All right, so you pop out another one, so that's 2 stamina use, so you probably have no
I have
stamina
0
left?
stamina left. Yeah,
Okay,
I have no
0.
stamina left.
Okay, so
So
this is a great
but the round's
teaching
about to
moment.
end anyway, so.
Exactly, exactly. So you're exerting yourself, you're going to exhaust yourself, but it's for a good cause. So when you become exhausted, you can only use half your movement and you no longer regain stamina. So to regain stamina while exhausted, you have to use your action to recuperate. And it's kind of like taking a
Okay.
breather for a little bit. But as a spellcaster, it doesn't hurt you all that much. It just means you can't move as fast. So definitely a good call.
Yeah.
All right, so we're attacking
Uh,
this guy. Let's roll that attack.
so it would be a d6 plus 12. So 14. Oof. Does that hit him?
What was, sorry, I missed the rolls. 14? Oh, absolutely hits him. Yep.
Alright, so I'll use force damage again, and I'm gonna hit him.
Or bludgeoning you, rocks.
Oh yeah. Well, it's arcane bolt. It says
Oh, yeah,
it
yeah.
could be force or mental. So
That's right.
because I'm using that last stamina.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, you can blow one of your charges if you want to make it do double damage by turning it into bludgeoning, if you wish. They are daily charges, so it is kind of a tough call.
How many do I get a day?
You get 5 per day.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Awesome. So that's going to be 6 damage converted is now 12. But he's looking a mite bit rough, and who is now actually bleeding out. So he's definitely below half hit points. That's awesome sauce.
Do you enjoy the show, Farom?
It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's beautiful. I
More.
love it. More.
More, please.
Even more encore. And it's you're like, I don't get the stamina. All
Alicia's
right.
like
too tired.
sweating, but also like covering her face, all shy and bashful.
So which one did you actually hit?
The
I
Minotaur
hit
skeleton.
the Minotaur.
That guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that hopefully our friend can finish them off. Neo.
Yep.
No,
All right.
Noi? Is that how you say it?
No way.
Yep.
Noi.
No way.
All
No
right.
way.
So this
No
one
way.
rushes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he goes to try to attack both Fordham and Foodie with a whirling attack of Blade Storm. Not the most accurate, not the most inaccurate, so let's see if you guys are okay or not. So 1d6 plus 9. It's 3 plus 5 is actually. Alright, does an 11 hit you? I think it unfortunately does for Fordham. I do not believe it does for Foodie.
Ah,
Unless you have a reaction or something, maybe?
I could, I don't know if I've got enough resource left to barrel roll again.
I think you do. I think you get at least one stamina back. Because you get one stamina back per turn no matter what. Didn't.
All right, then
Oh,
I'll barrel roll.
actually, that's a good question because you used the command, which took 2 stamina away, didn't it? And,
Yeah. So you're exerted right now.
yeah. So no
Okay.
barrel roll for you, unfortunately. But Flitty, I think you have enough armor to be okay, right? I think your defense is.
Yeah, I have 12 defense.
Awesome. So you pull up your scimitar and your bracer at the last moment. You manage to just barely block it. You see poor Fordham get hit. When he takes
Mhm.
6, or no, actually it's enough to knock you down. It's 9 plus the body stat. So you are unfortunately at death's door. Getting spicy again, folks.
Oh no.
And then it takes an accurate stab at Fruity with its last attack, trying its hardest to finish somebody off while they are rough straights. Lava will hit once the round one. Alright, so Fruity, you take 6 plus, so you take 9 damage. Barely hanging in there.
Oh.
Oof.
Yeah, the skeleton's down but not out, baby. He may only have 5 hit points, but he's trying his damnedest.
Right.
Alright.
We've almost enraged him practically.
Yeah, literally. And so Minnow
I need
Skeleton.
some heals.
Yep, jumps back 1, 2, 3, and then does a leap strike, just as you think it's going for somebody else. So that's
Ah!
6 plus 5 plus 4. And it's an apple. Goes in for Noe, and it trips over something, a root in the ground, and it like falls prone. It gets back up looking really angry and tries a really inaccurate overhand swing like it did last time, praying that he's going to hit, and he does not. And so that is the end of the enemy's turn, and we are top of the round 5, I believe now. Finishing it up at the end of combat, about to get our break on here in a bit. So Pluty and Alicia, you are up.
Alright, so I will have to use something to replenish my stamina if I want to do that.
Yep.
Do you have any heals?
I do, but it's a chance, so it'll take a round.
Oh.
Let me go double check the exhausted states. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong thing. It's been a 4 minutes since I looked at the back of it. I thought I had others set that. I
And you got one stamina back because it's a new round.
And well, while you're exhausted, yeah. So the only thing it does is you just do not recover stamina and you move at half speed. So you can still cast spells
Okay.
like Samus does. So,
Okay, sounds good. So I will, in that case, I will start preparing a chant. I'll start preparing a heal chant. Or actually, yeah, I'll move over first. So I'll move up. Or actually, who do I need Who needs it the most? Okay, move half speed. So 1, 2, 3. That won't get me close to anybody. No way. How much health do you have right now?
1.
1. Oof. Yeah. So I'm going to definitely move up just 1 so I can get close enough to you to cast my heal chant towards you.
Dramatic fights continue.
Yes. So it is heal is 2 times spirit plus 21. Confused.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what mine is, so it's probably the same.
Yeah, so it'd be 6
So
plus
2,
21, so 27.
well, it'd be because mine is 2 spirit.
Oh yeah, I forgot you
So it'd be
mentioned
2 times,
spirit. That's right.
yeah. So it'd be 25. So I'm going to. So that obviously I'm going to be able to heal you.
All right. And you could spend it if you want to heal her and yourself on your next turn.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'll go down to 2 charge to twin it and hit both of us with the healing chant.
Perfect.
Okay. Do you want me to also? I can do the heal harms. Is that what you're using?
Yeah.
I can do the same, but I could do damage.
I would just melee strike this guy and finish him off personally.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Do I have melees?
Yep. You have some attack options as a druid. They're actually pretty good. With your scimitar skills, it'll be a little bit further down on your sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I will say probably precise strike would finish him off probably the best. I think you have that.
Oh, also I'm at 2 morale now by using that chant.
Nice. You still got some juice in the tank.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, I have elemental strike.
Yes, you have that
I
as a
don't see.
chance attack. If you scroll down further, there's attack maneuvers. You have precise strike.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So go ahead and roll
Let's
your
do
dice
that.
plus 10.
Okay.
And then plus 2 from your body stat. So. Oh, and you crit this guy. How do you do it? How do you take this guy out?
I use my scimitar and I chop him in half, and his bones fall to the ground.
I love it. So you see this fairy throws her shield down for a second, grabs her scimitar with 2 hands, and goes straight up from groin all the way to skull and just splits this guy in 2. I love it. That's beautiful. I'm just gonna say he's dead. That was you killed him dead. Awesome. And you still
Critted
have
him
1 more
dead.
attack. Really, for sure. And you do still
Then
have 1
let's
more
hit
attack
this
if you
guy.
wish.
Let's hit the. I don't know what he's called.
Skeletal
This little guy
Minotaur.
right here. Yeah, let's kill the skeletal minotaur.
Awesome sauce.
Do I have to re-roll?
Yep. With another attack, and this time it's evasive strike. Yep. A 2 plus a 2 is 4 plus
And
5 is 9. And that's enough to get past his 8 defense because he's not very tanky. And you do get to hit him for another 8 damage. Not bad.
sweet.
Making down to 35. I really like that the melee stuff is actually useful for a lot of classes. Like in D&D, you never attack melee as a druid. I always thought that was weird. But in this game, it can actually be pretty useful.
So I think I'm going to move.
Yep, evasive strike lets you move backwards. Good job.
I can't move the 6 and the 3 or whatever.
So you move from over here to over here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You looped back 2, and then you have 1 more movement.
Why is it not letting me move myself?
I don't know.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
That was a cool cinematic turn. Having a fairy just slice someone from groin to skull and then fly over, strike again, and then flitter away as part of the strike. That's pretty cool. I'd like to see that animated. That'd be neat. All right. With that
Right.
said, it is now through the Alicia and Fordham. You're up.
Okay. So how does this work? So I'm in a down state. I need to roll out of this, do I?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you still have one health potion? I don't
Okay.
believe
If
you
I
used
drink the health
yours.
potion, can I take another action that turn, or only a movement action?
Only movement. Because it requires your
Hmm.
full action to use a tool.
And if I don't drink the potion and I just roll to come out of the state, can I then immediately take an offensive action?
No, the way it works is if at the end of your turn you make the roll. So if you were to, for example, get back to 1 health point and you
Mhm.
roll really lucky and roll 6, you still would not be able to act. It would be the end of the turn. So
I'll drink a potion, and I will move here.
perfect. Awesome. All right, so that's Photo. So now it's Minotaur's turn. Still quite aggressive.
Well,
Or
Noe's
sorry,
turn.
Noe's turn. Noe's turn. Yes. Keep getting that with the turn around.
We
Glad you
say,
got that.
would we say the Minotaur is in a bloodied state right now?
Oh, absolutely.
Excellent. Then I'm going to take a melee attack and try to execute this guy.
I love
That's
it.
2d6.
Yep.
The skeleton is mysteriously bleeding.
Well, they leak out their marrow is the way I
How we
look at
don't
it, and
know,
the
but
magical energies. So, because skeletons in the universe, in the system at least, they are actually it's pretty fun. So they have no spirit; they're simply animated bones animated by magic. So they have a mind stat, they have a body stat, but they have 0 spirit stat. So they're actually really easy to affect with chance because they cannot, resist them. So it kind of gives a
Yeah.
natural benefit for clerics and other healers. Also for undead, you guys would know that healing an undead actually hurts it. And so that's another option for
Yeah.
blowing them up. So with that said, let's roll your attack. I'll roll for you since you've been having issues with that. And boom, that is going to hit and do a lot of damage. In fact, probably enough to finish it. Let's see, we've got 35 hit points. And execute. Execute is.
I can only imagine you have like 20 tabs open of like all the Google Docs.
Have you looked at the stream yet? Look at the stream.
I don't want to. I just want to keep it in my head.
So there's exactly 13 plus I have about 5 tab groups.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah,
That's
so
exactly how I imagine it.
oh yeah. So that's going to be 9 times 2. So you did 18 damage with your first attack. I love it. All right, so he's very injured. 18 times 17. Yeah. But you're barely hanging in there. You still got another attack. You still got plenty of stamina. And you still actually have your additional attack if you want to use another maneuver. With your cunning charge.
with. Ooh,
You can
let's try
technically
doing
execute.
that. Let's take this guy down.
All right, you're doing a second execute with your cunning charge.
Yeah,
All right, let's roll with
let's
it.
take this guy down.
We got this.
Ooh,
And
there
that's a
you go.
hit. And
And
that
he's
is
dead.
enough to
Woohoo!
kill him. Yes. And so then the
That is
turn
our
is
last
resolved.
enemy.
Yes, and you guys did awesome. I said we guys, I'm gonna say you guys, but it was a team effort with the DM. So I was rooting for you guys. I was in your camp. So go ahead and call the visibility on the dead guys. And your heal completes, and Millie and Alicia are back to full health.
Hell yeah.
That's awesome. So we need to take a much needed break after that really big fight. I know some people wanted to try to jump in. I think Fitz was one of those individuals. And so we'll make their character roll them up real quick. So probably take a nice 10-15 minute break. Does that sound good, everybody?
Yes.
Before we take the break, Is there any loot, GM?
Oh, of course. We'll definitely have time to look at that in just
Do
a
I
bit.
want loot?
Loot is
Okay.
the best.
Yes. I'm a
The best
greedy
part
fairy.
is, the best part is you guys can collect some of that magical ether that's flowing off of the undead skeletons now, and you can make mana potions out of
Oh,
it if you have an alchemist buddy. And so those health potions
nice.
that you used, you still got those empty vials, and maybe a few extras in your pack. Just something to consider. So we'll be right back, everybody.
Oh, as an arcanist, I've always got extras.
Yeah.
I
Oh, me
don't
too.
have health potions.
We're saying everybody started with at least one. That's kind of the idea. And
Because we
so
were all level 2 anyway, so yeah.
yeah, you guys
Oh,
are
is
smart
there?
adventurers. And so that would have been the health potion you used when you were dying.
Oh, okay.
Yep. You used your one get out of death free card, but you definitely can get some mana potions now too. So I will be right
How do
back,
you get
everybody.
those?
Yep, same coffee time.
Coffee time. All right.
Okay, be right back.
I think my mother is upset, so I'm probably gonna have to go soothe her.
Yeah, just let her know we're doing important video game work and you're assisting the development of a game that's going to make maybe $1 million. Maybe that'll help her, like, calm her down. Who knows?
Here, what I'm gonna tell her is I'm gonna say, it's very important, Mom. I'm on an adventure to find this necromancer that stole my place in an important noble court, so I need to fix that.
Perfect. I love it. I love it.
So I'm gonna go
Awesome.
use my persuasion skills on her.
Awesome sauce. I love it. All right. Well, we are going to scene transition and we'll be back in a moment. Catch you guys in about 10 to 15.
Alright.
Oh, hey, Fizz. Can you hear me? Yeah, if you want to unmute, that'd be fine. I like the Fizzaroli avatar.
Thank you. How are y'all? The combat seemed really fun.
Yeah, it was a really long one, but it was a lot of stuff going on. So definitely not a boring moment of ever just swinging your sword. It was a lot of action. So we can make a
Ye-
character real fast if you're ready, or if you already have a good idea of what you want, we can just throw it together even quicker.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking of trying to do um, either a cleric or some kind of alchemist character, if there's a way to do that.
Absolutely. So what we'll do, we'll just go to the rules document real quick. It's under the rules only version.
Yep, I have it pulled up.
Oh, fantastic. That saves a lot of time. So if you go down to the ancestries, you can pick what your ancestry is.
I wanted to do lupinoid.
Ooh, perfect.
I'm
Very
assuming that's
nice.
kind of similar, or lupinid, that's similar to like a werewolf type character.
100%
Or is
is.
Beastman more? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So Lupinid would be like an actual full wolf humanoid that always is a wolf. Beastman would be more like if you want like wolf features on a humanoid body. That's mainly the
Let's do that then.
distinction. Okay, so you want the Beastman version? Okay. And
Yeah.
so for Beastmen, their special thing that they get is they get perception as a skill that they're proficient in, and balance. And then you also get one more skill proficiency of your choice. We don't necessarily have to worry about that right now, since that's a bit more of a kind of character specialization thing. But you do also get the ability to do Bestial Communion as a chant, which allows you to communicate with the beast, try to make it your friend, um, and try to change its attitude from hostile to neutral or friendly. So it's really handy for being
Okay.
a person who communicates with the wilds. So very fun.
Yeah.
And for background, you said you wanted to be an alchemist. Does that sound right?
I think so. Yeah.
Awesome. So making potions and stuff like that will be hugely viable and fun for the group. In fact, they've just got done collecting some vials of mana ether that you could turn into mana potions from the skeletons that they've killed. So very fun.
Yeah.
And then your class, you can pull up the class document for the cleric if that's the one you feel like would be good. And in this situation, it's very good, so it's probably a necromancer. And have you already found that?
Yeah.
You need to
Mm-hmm.
okay. Well, let me fill that up with you. And so the special thing for clerics is they get devotion charges that you get 5 of per day, and you can use it to double the outcome of a heal. And so right now it's not as useful, at least it doesn't sound like it initially. But you can actually do that to double the outcome to heal undead for double damage too. So that one can be quite
Yeah.
strong.
Okay.
And
I was
you
curious. I didn't see a sheet for like a blood mage or anything like that, or a spellblade.
yes, so for the hybrid classes, I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to release those for free for playtesting.
Oh, of course. Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, they're super fun. I'm kind of riding that line between how much free content do I give away that most people don't normally do versus how much do I keep, as far as the actual product. And so for the
Sure.
hybrid stuff so far, I'm keeping out kind of a little bit more time to cook because it still needs to be finished getting designed as well. I'm making
Sure.
every class feature complete till level 3 for sure. And I might, if
Okay.
there's enough interest, I might just release all the classes at level 3. So I'm
Okay.
still kind of mulling that over. But yeah, and so
Mm-hmm.
have you had a chance to look at their attack chants and tactical stuff and all that stuff? Or so they have a pretty good
Yeah.
plan of it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to like figure out how to put it together on the sheet so I can see it because I'm
Oh,
getting a little
sure.
lost.
Yes, so for the actual sheet, let me help you with that. Let me pull the
Mm-hmm.
example sheet. Um,
Yeah.
this one, that goes, um, okay. But the bard will be fairly similar to yours. So if you can see on the screen, it's your body stat is where it says body. Uh, spirit is in the bottom right, so that's where you have a +3, and mind for you would be a +1 on the bottom left.
I'm not able to see it on stream.
Oh, yeah, because we have it. Let me transition back. There we go. Yeah, we can see my mouse. So your body stat goes
Okay.
up here. Your uh, spirit stat goes right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, your mind stat goes right here. So for clerics, it's like your lead stat. And the modifiers then, they could normally be a 2 or excuse me, a 1 on everything for your mind, a 3 on everything for your spirits, and a 2 on everything for your endurance, physique, and technique for your body. But your class stuff modifies that. So that's why the numbers are a little different, but it should be there on the chart to fill them in from the cleric chart. So you have
Okay.
endurance. That's right. Let me change that. That's right. And was oh, nope. That's what that was.
I've arrived.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. I forgot this is Hugo was trying to edit the playtest cleric sheet instead of his own sheet. I was like, wait, these stats aren't changed. Why are they looking like that? Sorry. I'll give him that for that later.
No worries.
But yeah, so which parts are you having trouble finding where to plug them in? So I can help you with that.
Sure. Let me just pull back up the cleric sheet. I was working on digitizing the character sheet.
Okay. The one part that's not necessarily intuitive if you don't know about it is how much mana, stamina, and morale you have. It is equal to whatever that middle stat is. So the endurance, the resolve, or the resilience. Whatever that number is how many of those you have. But stamina, you get a +1. You always start with 1 stamina no matter what. And so you had 1 endurance, for example, you only had 2 stamina. And we're in the process of cleaning up the sheet. I'll go ahead and show you guys a preview. A light proud of how it's turning out. I'm commissioning making someone who's much better at digital art than I am. Somebody do something who does it. Yeah, okay.
And I'm assuming I would join in as level 1, right?
Actually, we're level 2. You get to have your
Oh,
extra
okay.
hit points and special features from level 2. So for you,
Cool
it's really
beans.
good anti-undead stuff, which will be exceedingly powerful in the next fight. You're going to really do a showstopper. Quite literally. Just stop the show for the enemies. They don't get to do anything. It's sad. But if anybody on stream that got to see that, that was the secret preview of the
Plus, now we have a cleric, so.
frontline.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have
We'll
20
have
hit points.
not only a big
hit
body,
points, okay.
but a healer as well.
Yep. Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. That's kind of what I wanted to do. Was just I noticed that some party. Believe me, I'm more of a role player, but I figured y'all could use some help, and I think it would narratively make sense
Yeah.
to have a cleric come in and be like, "Oh, I was investigating a thing about a necromancer, and there are people already here. Let me help out."
Yeah, perfect segue into this situation. And what I was going to say
Okay.
also earlier, I forgot to mention, is if you guys are able to consistently play on Fridays, we can absolutely turn this into a more long-form game. And I have a homebrew campaign that we could use, or we can even do a module from 5th edition and D&D.
That'd be sick.
Totally open. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think I'm just gonna copy over the stats from the
I'm
sheet.
free
I
most
believe, right?
Fridays.
The cleric
I'm
sheet.
down.
Is there anything I need to? Yeah.
No,
So
everything
4
should be good.
plus. So it's 8 times 2, so 16 plus 4, so 20 HP. You said. Okay.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I'll get your characters started in here. Let's see here. So, then the one-shotters here, gonna add a character. What's your character's name? Or will be clear.
Um. Uh,
The hardest
I
question.
can't. I
It
didn't think
always
about that
is.
part.
Always the hardest question. Bale?
Um.
The Beowulf?
No, let's go with
What race is
we'll
it?
go with Hawthorne.
Hawthorne, I love it. It sounds like a really manly, like, himbo player coming in. Big D energy. All right. You want me to find you some art, or do you have a good idea for art?
We're gonna go with just imagine a plague doctor, but
Okay.
like beefy. And I will find some art.
Did you say an edgy plague doctor?
Beefy. Beefy plague
Oh.
doctor.
Oh, this is pretty
I was like,
cool.
aren't plague doctors just inherently edgy?
Always edge.
A little.
I kind of like this one.
I'm grabbing something from Pinterest.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Let's see who finds the
Go
better
ahead.
one.
What's the one you like?
Oh, let me go back to right here. I'll paste it in general. Actually, I'll paste it in the right so it's not posted in character. Where's the, there it is. Yeah, that's an anti-player that looks like in business.
Interesting. Da-da-da-da.
I gotta get busy the special role that gives you all the free stuff. Yeah.
That would be sick nasty. Thank you. Let's see. I think
Hey, folks.
Hi, welcome.
Good.
We're gonna help Dan make a character super quick too, which that's in the hot zone features. So,
Sick.
we've got a really balanced party. We could probably use a little bit more frontline bolt. So, if you're interested in playing like a frontliner, I can go through those classes super quick for you. If that would
Yeah.
help. All right.
Sure.
So warrior is the stereotypical most tanky of the group. They're the absolute himbo of the party. Um, they just have big V energy, just walk in there and just start swinging. Berserker is less tanky, but also very sturdy as well. They also have the highest hit points along with warrior. Their special thing is they can do a bit more damage than the other fighters, but they run out of steam pretty quickly. Um, Let's see here. They're really good at throwing axes, which is really fun, including the big axe that can play. Rogue, we already have a rogue in play. And then Monk is super good. They're a martial artist master class. They're actually very tanky, not quite as tanky as Warrior or Barbarian, but excuse me, Berserker, but they're very close behind. And they
What was that one? I didn't hear what that one was.
Oh, that was the Monk.
The monk. Okay.
Yeah. So any of those three sound like a better fit for your playstyle choices?
I'll do a. Assuming dwarves are available,
Absolutely.
I'll do a dwarf warrior.
Awesome. Dwarf Warriors unites. Okay, so that's actually cool. You actually get bonus armor. With the character sheet, we don't have too much time to edit it right now, though. So it really wouldn't affect that much. It would just give you, you'd be able to walk around with a breastplate as if it was plate mail, basically. And so you don't have to worry about stealth issues. It's not loud or anything. So that's the main benefit for being a dwarf. You can wear lighter armor and still be fully armored. So if you click on Warrior down below in the class feedback section, you should be able to find the Playtest Warrior document. And you don't have to worry too much about what's written on the level 1 stuff. The one thing you do want to know about, however, though, is your adrenaline charges. They're called surge charges. You can spend those any amount you want per turn, and it heals you for 5 plus your body points. So it can heal you for 8 every time you pop one of these, and it recovers 2 stamina. And you can use it anytime on your turn. So warriors are the best at kind of exceeding their limits, going further and beyond what they should normally be able to. You can actually use that as well to get yourself out of death's door, which is exceedingly powerful. Warriors are just too angry to die. They are very hard to actually kill because of that. And you start with 5 charges of your adrenaline chaser. Or sorry, 4 charges. My bad. I forgot that they don't start with 5 endurance. I need to probably change that. They shouldn't start with 5 endurance. I just forgot to do that. I'm gonna put myself a reminder for that for later. It's that post. All right. So the other cool stuff about warriors, since we're starting at level 2, is you're going to have a lot of health points. You are going to be at 16 plus 12 is 28 health points, by far the most in a party. And you do get some cool features at level 2 that are worth reading. There's one of my favorite named ones. Listen here, you little shit. And you get to extend a surge charge or 2 stamina to challenge a creature without having to use your action. And a creature that's been challenged by you, they have to face you and they have to move towards you and try to attack you. And so it lets you be a really good tank for the group. And then every time you have a creature that is challenged by you, you get another 2 defense added to you. So you start off with a whopping 18 defense, and so you would have 20 defense if you challenge a creature, making you almost impossible to hit. And then creatures that attack you have disadvantage, so they have to roll twice and take the worst outcome with their ranged attacks if they've been challenged by you. And then lastly, you're locked in here with me. Challenged creatures have disadvantage on their avoidance with this, or endure roll versus your intimidating roar ability. And so that's an ability that makes them afraid, so they become frightened, and they have to stand still in place as they're immobilized. So that's kind of a lot of information at once, but does it somewhat make sense?
Yeah, I think so. What does do I have any bonuses for being a dwarf warrior?
The main bonuses are you have smithing bonus and that armor bonus. I believe that is it for that. Let me go double check that. You do, however, get a profession to choose as well, which can definitely help you out. And have you got to see the main rules document?
I have not.
Okay. So it is under the Discord, and it is under rules, rules only version under the Pathway Adventure Docs. And so the main thing with the profession is it's mechanically it does give you some benefits, but it's more like what do you want to help the party out with? Like are you an alchemist, are you a dancer, are you a thief? It's how do you get along with your monetary means before you were an adventurer. So I wouldn't fret over it too much, but definitely could be useful. And on the rules document, there'll be like a hyperlink table of contents. And you should be able to find background on there, and that's where the professions will be located under character creation ancestry background class.
Where would I put the devotion charges?
I usually put them near where your class is on the sheet. I usually put them down there.
Okay.
I'm gonna make an actual portion for that when we get the main shoot made. Also, my cat bone is on stream now. So here they on. Oh, the camera's not there.
Hi.
Okay, we've got a large party now. We've got 6 if I do not correctly. So you're fine.
Add some Skella boys.
Oh yeah. Well, I got plenty on here. Don't worry about that.
I believe it.
I see munitioner as a profession. I take it that is this like a Renaissance setting where they're firearms?
Yes, and so I have a little asterisk there for people just to be aware that not all settings are appropriate for guns for a lot of various reasons for different game master preferences. But in our setting, they are okay. We actually have a gun-wielding rogue that would love a munitionary. Dwarven warrior munitionary sounds pretty dope.
Okay, we'll do that.
All right. And so
Dick nasty.
we don't have time to swap it out right now, but if later on you want to swap out your longbow for a rifle, that would be totally cool and very dwarvish, I feel. So we could do that after the stream and after the game. So Hawthorne, did you find a good picture?
Yeah, I put it in character art.
Awesome. I'm good at that. Ooh, I love it. That's a cool player. We got a dwarf player that is played by Vigo named Blunt Force. A very, very different player to yours, but I love the stylistic differences.
Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay. And I need to make you a module.
I'm assuming. Do I need to be on desktop then?
Yes, desktop definitely. You could try it with your phone, but I think it's really hard to get the program to work on a phone browser.
That's fine. Let me get it to my desktop then.
Okay. Motion for Dan as well.
Thank you for letting me join. I'm very excited.
I'm excited
I'm
too.
sorry to interrupt the all pixie party / +1 mermaid.
Right? We get a little spicy diversity up in this group now. Okay, so we got
Seems really cool though.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So you can use pen. Alright, and shoot about that later.
So where are we at point wise so we know where, so I can keep track?
So point wise, as far as
Like how many stamina and all that do we currently
so
have?
everything besides morale points have recovered.
Okay, so I only have 3 morale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can, so this is where the tactics come into play. Do you take a 10-minute rest to recover that morale, or do you guys push on before this necromancer has a chance to do whatever ritual that they're trying to do to complete it? So that's where the tactics come in, that come to morale and resting. So, so we got that art. And so, do you want me to just pull up a decent dwarf warrior art, or do you have anything that you have in mind?
I don't. I'll take whatever you got.
All right. Okay, this is. Nice
Wolf one.
weirdo art there.
Do I need to put in a password or no?
Nope, no password.
Sick nasty. I'm saying that a lot because I'm very excited.
I know, I'm so excited too. All right, it's gonna be a big group.
Sounds really fun.
Board. I think that's what I'm looking for. This will have to do. I'm very much not a dwarf. Where that AI art right there video. Okay, yeah, there we go. This will work. Very nice man with dwarf art. All right, dwarfly art. I just mentioned dwarf calling the man. And what name were we going for the warrior?
Say for is it these player character names what I select, or what how does that work?
Yeah, it's whatever name you want to give the character.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a selection of names that I was saying here, where it says observer and owner.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I was sitting here talking to myself like a dingus.
Good old me.
let's see. I've got a name generator here somewhere.
Call it Dan Forth for right now, just to get the image saved.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's funny. Like teaching people the game is faster than actually getting somebody set up in Foundry. We got it on it quick. That's the weird.
That's funny.
One shatters. So we got. Hawthorne, there we go. Hawthorne here. Now is visible for everyone. Figure ownership of program. Family here, your Hawthorne. Lincoln. It's not playing. That's the everything there.
I love
Okay,
how
I got one.
absolutely teeny tiny the fixies are.
I know, right? I don't know why D&D is so afraid of allowing people to play right tiny characters. It's awesome. They're fun.
Because you can get crushed. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
Right? Hawthorne. Hawthorne. Alright, so you should be able to move Hawthorne now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Awesome.
Sick.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, so unnamed work guy.
Got a name now.
Alright, ready.
How do I add it, or do you have to add it?
I'm adding it right now.
Okay, I'll put it in our I'll PM you.
Okay. Ooh, come on. I'm just gonna use the first name right now and add the second name later.
Okay.
Image.
Maybe we'll learn your last name later.
Exactly.
That's lore for later.
Yep. Come back to the next stream and we do our long form game. Lozone. Zonolir. I like that. Took me a second to dyslexify that. Alright, so you are configured to be owned by not Hawthorne.
I can't tell you how many times I've looked at words and they just look like random symbols, and I'm like, don't know what that says.
Yay, dyslexia.
Right?
I have it, and it sucks. I hate it.
And then people are like, you're faking it. And I'm like, dude, my brain ain't lying. It's just dumb.
There's a wonderful thing where you can show people what it's like to be dyslexic, and why did it bring Hawthorne into things? Oh, it's derping on me. I'm gonna reset it real fast. Sometimes it does that.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys will have to refresh here in a little bit.
Oh, how dare you.
I know.
I have to press a button.
Game Master bad. Okay. Oh my god, why is it so many in Hawthorne? So dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about it then. Honestly, don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal.
Okay, it works now. Yeah.
Huzzah.
Where's that? Yeah, instead of science. Damn, it's not. Right. Got the beat into two. Is it letting me load back in, Dan?
Let's see. If I reload here. Yeah, I'm in.
Okay, awesome. Alright. Alright. Have the character sign me. Okay. Alright, you should be able to move the Zolomir.
Yep.
Fantastic. We are off to the races then. So, without further ado, as you guys are huffing and puffing, injured, still here, still Fae, still Mermaid, you guys gather up and are making your plans, plotting your plots. And the next thing you know, you see a dwarf and a person of unknown race appear up on the other side of the bridge, and they hailed you from the other side. And that is where the scene begins.
Hello.
Can you describe who I'm looking at?
Yes. So you see before you three fairies and a mermaid person that is trying their best to not reveal that they're a mermaid in a wheelchair. And otherwise, you see a wide open, a wide open cemetery. You see a pile of bones right in front of you on the other side of the bridge, with a shield and a sword on it. You see an axe and a pile of bones over here. You see a dead person over here in black armor that has been chewed up by rabbits, it would appear. And that is currently where the scene is set.
Can you give me a general? You don't have to go into too much detail, but like just what is this the what is the country
Synopsis.
around me like?
We're
Oh.
trying to find a necromancer who's looking for an artifact.
Okay. I mean, is this like are we in like a wild area or?
Oh, sorry. So
This
we
is
are near. Oh, go on.
the cemetery outside a palace-looking building.
Yeah, there was a fairies capital, so you're kind of in a Fae area, a bubble of the world that's been touched by the Fae. And the Fae have a court here, a large castle, but it has the particular Fae that are here have been outcast from the castle because there are dirty lies and rumors that they have something to do with this necromancer. So they're here to clear their name and see what the heck this necromancer is doing and why this necromancer's been using her name, Flutie, a princess of the court, in such a sullied way to bring her disfavor among the court. And so they clearly had a very climactic battle, and otherwise you notice no living or undead enemies that are currently present.
Although my name on here is supposed to be Stardust, but I still love you.
Oh, let me fix that. Oh, there we go.
You're awesome.
Aren't I?
Yes. I just noticed that myself after playing for 2 hours that the name was
Right.
changed.
That's so funny.
Okay.
Alright, so Alicia, being the social butterfly that she is, just immediately flies over and is just like, "Oh, hello! Who are you? So excited to meet you. Are here to destroy the evil necromancer that has sullied our names." She's just flying around like an annoying little bug.
I love it.
So there's blade work to be had in these parts.
Are there what?
So there's blade work to be.
Yes, well, I think we need to work our way towards the castle area to see what's in there. So we're going to have to walk through the cemetery in order to get there.
So you lot have nothing to do with this whole necromancer business? Absolutely nothing?
We don't know.
Absolutely nothing. I don't even know his name. I know everyone's name.
I love that.
Can I do some kind of insight to make sure?
Absolutely. So that's going to be a mind roll. I don't think you're proficient in a specific skill.
No.
Actually, I believe that's a spirit skill. I'm blanking on my own document. I need to pull it up.
Okay. So I have 3 spirit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would be intuition. Yes, it's a mind skill of intuition.
I'm not saying intuition on
It
my
won't be
sheet.
on. Yeah, it won't be on the sheet. It's just one of the 10 skills that I need to add on there eventually. The
Copy that.
finished, yeah, the finished character sheet will have all 30 skills like organized into body, mind, spirit, but we don't have it quite finished yet. So
No worries, it's okay. So I'm rolling a d6, and what am I adding then? Am I adding just mind?
yeah, just mind since you're not proficient.
So +1?
Yep.
Okay. Sorry, I've never used Foundry before.
Oh, it's all good. What I recommend is you can left click one of those little buttons down below, one with 1 through 0, and you can just make a quick macro for /R space 1d6, and you just click it to roll.
Okay.
Okay. Crit success. Nice. So, they are on the up and up. So as best as you can tell, they seem earnest about their desire to deal with this necromancer threat. Maybe not a friend of yours necessarily yet, but they certainly think their interests seem to align. That's kind of what you're grokking from the situation. Yeah.
Alright, far as I can grok, your lot seem alright, so shall we just be temporary allies and get the business done?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, and no
There's
way
loot to
comes
be
Right
had.
then.
there certainly
While you're
is.
at that building, are you seeing anything inside?
So what
I don't
Noe
know.
sees
Noah is
is
fully. Noah wants to check out this little tiny building before we get to the big one. She just fully rolls around and goes away from the conversation.
I love it.
What
So
do I
just
see right here?
curiosity strikes. So you see a sigil on the door that might be able to be magically undone. Um, you would have to know a little bit of Arcana probably to have a good chance of getting it broken. So if you have anyone in your party, I don't know, like a sorcerer, cough cough, that might know a bit about Arcana, it would be a good idea to have them give it a look.
Bria?
Aries, you know any magic? What is this?
Bria is a sorceress.
Correct.
All right, so just
Do you
roll
have
Arcana
any
check.
arcane?
So I will get. So I'm assuming that would be a mind plus my proficiency.
Yep, so that would be 6.
So is my proficiency just plus?
It doubles your mind basically.
Oh, okay. So it'll be 6 plus whatever.
Yep.
So R.
May the dice forever be in your favor. It's a 50-50. This is a pretty powerful arcane sigil, and you nailed it. Just barely. Just barely nailed it. Or I would say you did, except for it was a 10 difficulty to dispel it, but a 5 difficulty to know what it does. And so this is a warding sigil that wards out the undead. And you could pass through it safely, probably, especially if you know the right passcode for it. Or if a certain guard helped you out, you could certainly be able to undo it.
Ooh, loo, 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 loo.
I love it. All right. So with that little bit of inspiration, you realize you start moving the sigils like it's Doctor Strange, and the next thing you know, it opens. And before you, you see a sacred warhammer that appears to be
Ooh.
quite powerful and steeped in magic.
Ooh.
The fighter and the cleric.
As
Beware!
Ooh.
Do not touch the warhammer. Let me. Can we check for traps?
Absolutely. So just make a perception roll as you're looking around, trying to notice anything. That's going to be a mind stat roll.
I think everyone should do a perception roll just in case.
Yep.
So
Spoilers, there are no traps there, so you guys are actually okay. They thought the sigil would be enough to guard the sacred relic.
they were like, it's just the undead we gotta worry about.
Exactly.
Can we inspect the hammer a little bit from a distance?
Sure.
Does it give off any aura of any
Ooh,
sort?
I have proficiency in these sorts of things, don't I?
You do. And
'Cause
so
I'm an
you can
arcanist.
tell that this is a very powerful +1 relic for anybody who uses it as a holy implement, as a relic, and that it also can beat stuff pretty good in the head as a warhammer. Or not a warhammer, a great hammer. It's like the big hammers from like Warhammer.
Yeah, there you go.
Fantasy thing. Yeah.
So Elisa is very excited that she gets to use her expertise and tell everybody in the party that this hammer is super powerful, and whoever can wield it, it gets a little bit of a buff.
Yeah. And you notice that it actually has even extra special properties of doing additional damage to undead.
Oh, nice.
And
Perhaps
if
So
you
do
our
we
hate
have
undead things,
anybody
this is for you.
who can wield a hammer?
Technically, everybody can.
Oh, okay.
So the question is, who's best suited to wield it?
I vote
I would
for
say probably the
Bozovia.
berserker. Do we have a berserker or warrior?
Got a warrior.
Got a warrior, and then we've also got a cleric. So either one would be a good candidate for it, probably.
Ooh.
Be a good show of.
So
Hey, ready for this pun? It'd be a show of good faith. Huh? Yeah.
Way to hammer your point through.
Can I
so
examine this
which
body
of
and
you
see if there's
wants
any
to?
weakness? I don't care. Whoever wants. If you want it, Bosilineer? Is that you?
Bosilineer.
Bosilineer. Thank you. If you want it, you can have it. Obviously, I would be advantaged, but either way.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll take it.
Okay.
Right.
It would help to kind of split. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of split our advantages on that.
Here?
Not load it all down with me.
That's true.
Is the hammer a dwarven by any chance?
It is actually a human design, as far as you can best tell with your knowledge of snipping. But it's a snipping style that you've not ever seen yourself. So it's either very new or more likely very ancient.
Well, it's
Can
not
I
dwarven
examine
make,
the?
so it's not
Yeah.
defiant, but it'll do.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Can I examine the body to see if there's any ties to the necromancer, any weaknesses I can ascertain?
Absolutely, but we need to roll initiative because Fordham has triggered something fun.
Oh, great.
What did the bard do?
Sorry,
Oh
what am I adding for
no!
initiative?
What just happened? What?
Shenanigans happened. I
Oh,
love it.
great.
All right.
Made a
we'll
grave
roll
error.
initiative. A grave
Minstrel
error.
Dante has OCD.
I love it. I love it. Get a +2.
What do I need to roll here?
So it's a d6, and then for you as a warrior, it will be your technique stat as your bonus, so +4. I believe that's
Okay.
Okay.
What about cleric? How much am I adding?
It is your attunement stat. So I think for you it's a +3 or a +4. I can't.
Yeah, +3.
+3. Yeah.
Where's the generic dice roller on here? Oh wait, yeah, no, is that it? No, it's not that.
The generic D6 dice roll, you can just make a quick macro of it. Put down below by left clicking the 1 through 0 keys. And then we just do a /R space 1d6. And then you can just roll to your heart template.
Said it'd be +4 for me.
Yep.
An error in your chat message. X.
And if you roll a 1 or a 6, you're either going last or first.
Yeah.
So me and Thordoom are going together.
Yep.
I'm going last. That's fine.
Here,
Along
hey,
with our new companion.
I'm gonna stretch. Let's stand up for one moment while we get our initiatives rolled. Oh. Becoming an old man at 35.
I feel like an old lady. I'm
Hardly.
only 21.
Oof.
Oh, you children.
I know.
I am older than that.
That just
As I
means
often,
you're a survivor.
as I'm fond of saying, I got dice older than you kids.
Kids dice older. I love it. That's beautiful. All right, so who are we missing still? We got Fordoon. We rolled a 3. Alicia. Foodie, it is you.
What about me?
Yeah, roll
Stardust and
initiative.
Noe. Noe.
Sure. Oh
Yay,
crap.
Stardust is last.
Oh,
With Hawthorne, yeah.
We've got Alicia, who's spiritual nature, attuned her to the fact that undead are doing things that they shouldn't be doing. Or her mental acuity, rather. I forget your safer. There we go. Alicia.
On track. On tracks.
Is Noe here?
yeah. Can you confirm for me that the only way to roll these dice is to actually click on them?
No, it shouldn't be clicking on them. You
Or is
should
there
be able
something
to.
else?
So in the bottom right, you should be able to type /R space 1d6 in chat and then hit enter, and then it should roll for you.
Like that.
Yep.
Just without the quotations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Skelly's got a total of a 5. So she's first. 4 doom, 0 would be this. Studies. Oh, no way! Also roll off a 1. We got the backup squad in the rear. That works. All right.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Studies. And, there's your- okay. And I should coordinate very quick this. Trying to make sure I don't miss anybody this time. And it should be 5, 11,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
16 skeletons.
It's a lot. But they are only but weak skeletons. They don't appear to be particularly exceptionally powerful ones, thankfully. And depending on the turn order, they could go very quickly for these little guys. So, Alicia, you are up.
Alright, so she's gonna move forward to get a little closer in range.
Okay.
And then she's going to cast. What is it called?
I'm probably going to keep this turn order for the rest of the combat, so we have more combat.
So I'm going to cast a spiral beam.
Ooh, fun.
And so it is a d6
Are you wanting to
or
line it up to
15.
hit all of them? Or just a couple?
Let's get lined up so we can just shoot them all.
All right. So the fun thing with
In
Spiral
this
Beam, I believe it has a range of 3 in front of you and then goes out to 100 feet. So if you move right there, which you should have enough movement, it should be able to hit all of them there, I think.
And Fordu.
and Fortitude.
Yeah, but hey, it takes out all the skeletons and you only have a small chance of killing your ally, right?
Ray, they'll be fine. Fortitude, you'll be fine, right? I've seen you get hit by worse.
Fordum disintegrates into a cloud of red mist. Yes.
Yeah.
That's fun. I love it. All right, well, let's roll that attack and say dodge.
Alright, so it's 2 times my mind plus 15, and I'm going to
For the
roll a
damage.
d6. And then, gosh, why do I struggle with this every time?
My brain's shot today. I've been doing these games all week, so.
There we go.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness. And they
So
all die, and so does our poor little friends.
No, Fordum rolls barrel roll.
Roll barrel roll. I'll allow it to go further than it's supposed to. It's because it's cinematic and cool. All right.
Hey.
So you literally killed all of them at once, and they all fall to the ground.
There's just a beam of light that comes shooting from her hands and just disintegrates each one.
I love it. I love it. That's great. And then it just keeps going and destroys part of the mausoleum. Very fun, very fun. All right, so we dealt with a horde of skeletons already. That's good. We've gotten a sacred warhammer. We've beaten back most of the necromancer's minions, and the only thing left is to find out where the squirrely necromancer sounds like.
I hope this was worth it for them.
Inspecting the area around the large grave.
Yep. And so the area
At least
around the
Jeff
large grave,
follows.
there was something written on the grave at some point, but it has since been annihilated by a beam of spiral energy. So whatever is there, we will never know.
My loot.
Yeah.
Crying.
Well, actually, getting a little bit closer though, you haven't opened the mausoleum or the little well. What do you call it? It's not a mausoleum. It's
Alright, as pixies, we're not very strong, but if we work together for it, we can do it together.
Alright.
Alright. So we both work together and open it.
You try your hardest, but it's not budging. Looks like you might need a little dwarf assistance. Big
One side.
Hey, you're strong, right?
One side sprites.
All right.
Okay, what do I need to roll here?
It's an athletics, so for you it's going to be a +6. You got to beat a
It's a
10.
d6.
Yep.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
While they're doing that, can Noe
Oh,
poke at this statue?
Absolutely. But you poke at the statue, and thankfully, for once, nothing actually happens.
Can Fordum assist
Just the regular statue?
Lear with a bit of inspiration on that roll?
Absolutely. So you hear him play like this nice little power beat on his flute, and you feel your muscles inspired a little bit. I love it. And you manage to not only lift it, but hurl it several feet away as it clambers to the ground over here. And inside, you find a skeleton with a loot. So you did find loot in the chest. And it is, in fact, a magical loot.
Oh, it's literal loot.
Yep, literal magic loot.
It's a loop.
So for Doom, you may. Is that something that he could use?
Absolutely.
Odum inspects the loot.
It is
So it's a magical loop. So that would be in my wheelhouse, correct?
Yep.
Odum uses his bardic knowledge to try and figure out more information about the magic surrounding the loot.
So, after a brief inspection and, in your eye for quality, you can tell, although it's a little bit, not quite damaged, but been a bit roughed up over the years of being underground, it has a really sonorous resonance, and it's something that would be able to produce certain magical spells, not chants, but spells, if you could only practice with it a little bit longer.
Okay. Odum picks up the loot and hugs it.
Just for the record, this wasn't what I meant when I said I was after loot.
Are we in
Well, that's only what Frodo
initiative?
means.
Or no?
No,
No,
initiative
no enemies.
because all enemies are dead, and so we're out of initiative order.
Okay.
So I think
Thankfully,
at this,
Alicia was there to kill them all.
And so Noe is the first one to get close enough to see that there appears to be another arcane barrier that is right across there. And it appears to be quite a powerful one. And on the other side, you do hear chanting. So right here is the barrier. You hear chanting coming from the other
Reels back a
side.
little.
Alicia is unfazed and just flies up to it and investigates it.
Okay.
can somebody do some kind of something to try and figure out what's inside?
Sure.
Yeah, can I see if I recognize the chance as being anything holy or unholy?
Oh, hella unholy. Like, this is a very vile chant. And necromancy isn't necessarily evil in this world. If you focus on raising skeletons instead of messing with spirits and zombies, it's generally considered a neutral act or even a good act, depending on the circumstances. But this is hella evil.
Right.
This is like desecrating multiple souls to empower this magic. And in fact, you see the body of that mage from earlier is floating up in the middle of the air above this necromancer who has his back turned to you. He's wielding a staff in one hand and a dagger in the other, and stabs the body and starts to viscerate the body as it starts to bleed down upon an altar. And that's currently what you got going. And Alicia, you are welcome to investigate the arcane barrier.
Yep, I'm going to roll for an invest. I learned nothing about this barrier.
Oh no, you learned something. You learned it is totally safe, and you could probably punch through it with enough force.
Yeah, does it look like it's
Noe
purely
fire
arcane?
around into the mausoleum?
Sorry, I missed the first thing of what you said.
Can I try firing at the necromancer from out here?
Absolutely. So you go to shoot it, and what was the other person talking about? I missed the cross conversation.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
It happens.
Does it look like it's purely arcane? Like there's nothing.
Yeah, definitely it's something that a necromancer could produce. It's nothing holy about it. It's certainly just an arcane barrier of some sort.
Yeah.
So you got to take a shot at it.
I'm gonna try true shot.
All right, so you try a true shot at the barrier. It hits the barrier, and the bullet stops immediately and disintegrates.
Okay, so we definitely don't want to go through that, guys.
Alicia learned a very valuable lesson. Sometimes you really make mistakes when you read magical ruins. And in this case, it's a disintegration wall, not a safe wall that you could bust through.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Alicia needs to try again to
Nope.
dispel the ruins.
If the chant is increasing to higher levels of potency, you can definitely tell something bad is coming this way if you guys don't do something quick.
This time I support Alicia with bardic songs. Yeah.
Alright, so I will try again to, I guess, investigate the magic behind this rune to see if I can undo it.
All right, go for it. You got this. We believe in you. You have the advantage. Roll twice to take the better of the two.
Alright, so there's one. I don't know why I keep trying to switch the D and the 6. It's a 60.
Oh, well, there you go.
So unfortunately, even with the dude at the +6 plus your 2 plus your proficiency. Okay, actually I do math now. So 6 is your proficiency bonus added in, plus 6 from his thing is 12, plus 2 more is 14. Oh, you needed a 15. It's so close. So it was so close.
Including the
So,
inspiration
yeah.
from me?
Yeah, from your +6 from your inspiration. Because she rolled a total of a 6. Wait, no, 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 6 is 14, right? I'm not doing fair.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was a 15 we had to get. It was a very hard situation.
Ugh.
So close. But the ritual does complete. And you see something really weird happen. The barrier melts away, and you see green energy pouring out of this place. And the necromancer, you hear him shout, "Finally, after all these years, true immortality, the druid relic is mine, and I shall achieve great. No, what's it? This can't be." And the next thing you know, you hear this loud popping noise as the necromancer starts to condense into one point and explodes and then retracts back in on itself as this green light starts to envelop everybody. You can welcome to try to run from it, but it's expanding at a very, very fast rate. What do you guys do?
Is there any way I
Mobilize the gas or the cloud? Yes.
You do realize it's druidic energy free, and you're welcome to try to go contain it. It would be very powerful and difficult, but you could always give it a try.
Okay, then I'm going to do grasping roots to try to inflict immobilization.
I want to
in
cast
response to the
alongside
grasping
Noe.
roots, can I cast maintain focus on her?
It's more of a self ability, but we can do it for the rule of cool right now.
All right. So
I would also like to
someone else
cast
is speaking.
alongside Noe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to cast AoE silence inside the mausoleum.
Oh, perfect. So you cast silence, and the explosion deafens into nothingness, but the explosion still continues to expand outwards.
So do I need to roll to do the chant?
Yes.
For the immobilization?
So I'll go ahead and let you know it's not something you can mobilize. It's like a burst of energy coming forward. But you could try to contain it as a druid, because it's definitely natural magics. You want to give it a try to control it?
Yep.
All right. So you rolled not high enough. It's definitely a 15 difficulty.
Inspiration. Beep, 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 beep.
You're like, okay,
Could I do a guiding divine?
Like a holy intervention type of thing? Yeah, sure. We'll give you advantage on that roll, Flutie. Go ahead and get advantage on it. Roll again.
Okay.
Nope, still not quite. So let's see, that's 4 plus your spirit is 7, plus our doot is unfortunately a 13. So we are just barely not able to control it. It consumes you, and everything goes dark. And that's where we'll take our miniature break. And so I'll get the next map set up for us and see where the heck we ended up.
Oh no, we're gonna end up somewhere crazy, guys.
Yep, you got Isekai.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
So does the system only use D6s?
Yeah.
Yes.
And only 1d6 per roll?
Yep. 1d6 per roll, unless there's a roll that like some attacks attack 3 times, for example, and so you'd roll 3 times to those attacks. But otherwise, it's always 1d6 to one roll, which is very swingy, but we kind of like the swingy in this kind of system. I know a lot of people are kind of controversial with the one that there. All right. So there's now this roll.
Am I able to spend devotion instead of morale, or is it like morale is the only thing I can?
What does your little sheet say from the Discord?
What do you mean?
On the Discord, if you look under your class, so that would be cleric.
Yeah, I
Says
have
in
it
the
open, but I'm just confused because
Okay.
some of them say I can use devotion instead of morale. A lot of them just
Yeah.
say morale or stamina, but I don't. I'm kind of confused which one.
So if you look at the top, it should give you your, like at the top of the sheet, it should give you your resources or your pool of resources that you have available to you for the campaign per day.
Sorry, I'm here.
That's not what I'm asking.
Yeah, no, I get 100% what you're asking. It's not quite what he was responding with. I was getting food and I was talking
I
because I'm so
appreciate the help
used to
though.
having, yeah. So I totally usually have like a wireless headset or a lapel mic on, and I don't right now. So I was explaining all
That's
this. I'm
okay.
like, why are they not getting what I'm saying?
Sorry.
It's totally a me goose on me. But yes. So let me go double check cleric because I think there was something I was going to update on them. Um, Let's see. Prime Healer, spend a devotion charge to double heal outcomes. I was going to edit that to pass heal and double heal outcomes. So yeah, you can actually spend a devotion charge to pass the heal spell, heal harm.
Okay. But for example, right, like the divine intervention I just did, was that a devotion charge or was that a morale?
That was more of a cool roleplay moment than anything else. So
Okay. Copy that.
came up with a good idea. I was like, yeah, that sounds cool in this situation.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Just trying to be faithful to the resource using.
But we appreciate that.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
So do we have to leave and come back?
No.
Okay.
I think they're just going to update the map.
Yep.
Because I'm assuming we're all going to wake up in some
Food.
mysterious place.
Which
I
mainly
think I've
takes
got
a while to drag everybody onto
probably
the map.
I've got about an hour left in me, folks. I'm sorry I'm the odd one out. It's just going
No,
forward.
it's
Well, no,
okay.
because you probably are going to be longer than me. I'm probably going to be about
I
20
was actually
minutes.
about to finish it here in probably about 10 to 15 minutes, probably. So I know we have a lot of people that have
Okay.
to go on Friday nights.
But
So
it's been fun. Yeah.
yeah,
It's
it's
4
just been
a.m. for
really
me. I
fun.
could have stayed longer if it was the same time zone, but
Yeah,
I
I
am
understand completely.
But yeah, I'm down to show up on Fridays.
Awesome.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, we can definitely make my long form campaign work for it then, because that'll be really fun. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who am I missing? It's not Betty White. Ah, it's Alicia. There we go. I need to change your sizes on your character. I keep forgetting to do that. Alright, I'll give everybody a little bit longer to get back from break, and then should be good to go. Alright, I'll go ahead and transition.
I don't like this.
Open water, oh no.
My least favorite.
It's okay, you can fly.
I really can't.
Oh, wow. If the dwarf throws you hard enough.
Temporary flight.
Wait, are
And
we in
then
a boat?
yeah, we're in a boat.
Alright, so they're for the
Oh,
map.
cool.
Thank goodness we have a mermaid with us.
I
For real.
Yeah, Noe like puts the wheelchair in park and just slides out of the boat and into the water.
Say a disabled mermaid, though. I mean, why the wheelchair?
Because it's kind of hard to
Is
walk
everything
on
working
land.
okay?
Yeah, correct.
You try walking with a fishtail on land.
Yeah.
I love it. Awesome. So I think we're all back. Is that right?
Uh-huh.
Anybody who's not here, sound off.
All right. So you guys awake to find yourselves in a very weird situation. So, how to describe it? So, have you ever seen those old Windows screensavers that where it like looks like you're going down a tunnel of like energy almost, light? You're basically in that, but you're on a river that glows turquoise, and you're flowing through what is like a column of water. Like if you imagine water being on all sides of you, and you're flowing on it, almost like a tube. Like if the water was a tube, and you are flowing on the inside of that tube, and a toilet paper roll. And
Okay.
that is where you find yourselves. You see a dolphin swimming beside you, and it's kind of keeping pace with your boat, making sort of clicking noises. It's real cute. And then you see it go for a deep dive, and then it becomes absolutely shredded into basically molecules of meat as it hits a certain point of depth.
Mm.
No deep
I'll stay on the
dives. Got
boat.
it.
The woman was too stunned to
So
speak.
Noe, you probably don't want to be in the water.
It's not
Can
Yeah,
I
Noe,
stay
get out
floating?
of the water.
Oh,
Yeah, Hawthorne reaches out and like grabs your arms and goes, "All right, Evo."
but
Maybe not the water.
fine.
I love it.
Don't bring me to water unless you want me to get in it.
I love it. All right. And so in the end of the tube, essentially looking forwards, it looks like this water column just compresses and goes smaller and smaller and smaller the longer you look. And then it looks like there's this little circle of darkness in the distance. So, what do you guys do in this weird situation on this impromptu boat ride down a tube of water of magic?
Ugh, can I
Can we try and see
investigate?
what's on the other side?
Well, it's as I've described, there's a little point of darkness at the end, but otherwise it's just
On the other side of that darkness.
You're currently moving on your boat and you're approaching it, but it's still quite far away. Very hard to tell how far it is.
Can I like investigate the water or something?
Absolutely.
Alright, so
They had like mana stuff, right, for making potions. Can I work on that?
Absolutely. All it takes is a roll of a 5 or higher with your bonus. And so your bonus is going
yeah.
to be a +3.
Oh.
So I rolled a 6 to investigate the water.
Yes. So Is clearly it's some. Oh, nice, good roll. So you've got your mana potions. I think there were at least 2 of them. If you'd had more time, you would have collected a whole bunch of all those skeletons that had annihilated.
That was what I was trying to do, but I had to step away.
It's all good. There will be more skeletons in the future, I'm sure. So, with that said, your investigation of the water, you can tell it's infused with druidic energy. Even if you're not a druid yourself, you can just feel the pulsing life energy from the water. But you can also tell that once you exit that column of water, there's nothing but pure entropic death awaiting you. So swimming out of it, not a good idea. As Dolphin Queen showed us.
What about drinking it?
It's perfectly fine and tastes a little minty.
No, I don't like the mint.
Minty water.
That just makes me feel like you're trying to cover something up, bro.
Does
Stick my
any
head
of
in.
us have a dispel of sorts?
I don't
Yeah, can we
believe
break
so.
the spell that brought us here?
Thinking about dispelling the portal.
I don't have a dispel, I just have a counter spell.
Is that the same thing? Does it
No, they're
undo
different.
the original? Okay.
Yeah, dispel is like it's already been cast and it's resolved and it's like doing its thing and you dispel it. Counterspell is more like they're casting it and then you counter it and they are unable to resolve the spell.
Yeah, they get interrupted and it loops. So, excuse me, sorry. I had some bread stuck in my throat like a duck. um, yes, so there is no way to dispel it from what you can tell. Flutie can try to use her druidic magics to see if she can break free of this. So you walk into roll and see what happens.
Okay.
Oof.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So the best possible
I
outcome that could
also
happen. Oh, yes.
sing.
Bardic Inspire every time again, of course. So
Mm-hmm.
what happens, Flutie, is you
Mm-hmm.
are not an adept enough druid right now to know teleportation magics, but despite this, you feel the call of nature start to bend to your what am I trying to say? Bend to your will, and your boat starts to move 10 times faster than it was. And you are
That's bad.
rushing. You are rushing towards a destination now that was far away before is quickly becoming ever approaching, and you start to see a pinprick of light that starts to grow through the darkness that is future. What do you guys do or prepare?
Does anyone have identify so we can figure out what this is?
What the light
Is it a
is?
good thing or a? Is it a good
You know,
thing or a
Lev, I
bad
don't
thing to
think
get
there's any
closer?
necessary. I don't think it's really necessary to divine what it is so much as define what we can do to prepare for it, right? So arm yourselves, shield yourselves, be prepared for the worst, as per usual.
Well, it said we're gonna die.
Flutie's like,
Right then, and I'll greet my god with you.
I prepare a barrel roll.
You're like, I am ready to barrel roll right into the water.
Yeah.
I love it. Barrel rolls
Yeah.
getting a lot of use out of this game. I love it. So,
What's the chart? What's the? Can I do courage?
Yeah, you can certainly
on. Okay. Who looks the most
frightened? Flutie for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
What
Then yeah. Yeah, let's do that then.
So Flutie is immune to being frightened, and she's emboldened. She has additional 15 hit points, or health points. And Flutie realizes now that the direction they're going is where they're meant to go. And much like the minty flavor of the water, they are meant to go in that direction. Bad dad puns here. And you start to see that light is growing bigger and bigger. and the water column starts to separate into small rivers and it grades outwards. But your path is straight and true, and is going directly towards this source of light that is growing bigger and bigger and bigger. With about 6 seconds away, what do you guys do?
Embrace the light.
I ready my shiny new ancient hammer.
Awesome. So,
Yeah, I kind of just pass the mana potion to each of the casters that I can.
nice. I need to get a
Alicia
Discord bot
stands
to
on the
play
edge of the
music.
boat, just embracing it.
Oh, one last thing.
Yes,
I cast just before we hit the light. I cast invisibility on Noe.
do it. Oh, well, okay, fine.
Hey.
I love it. So, as you crest through this light that is increased, you actually realize it's a bright light from daylight, not from like some weird magical source. And you are seeing yourselves coming out of the mouth of a cave and immediately flowing down a giant waterfall. But before this happens, you see a beautiful, majestic scene. And if I had a Discord bot that was prepared to play music, you would be hearing.
Yeah, let's go. I knew it. I knew it. I knew we were gonna get
We're going to Jurassic Park.
Practically speaking, not too far off. So,
Yeah.
you see a beautiful landscape of a valley-like structure that is completely surrounded by large mountains. And as your boat starts to tip forward down this waterfall, do you guys do anything?
Well,
Well,
being a pixie with wings, I just kind of
We can
fly
fly.
we
Yeah.
say good luck to the 3 party members who can't fly.
I love it.
Hi. I curl up on the boat and
Sorry
cry.
about ya.
That's so perfect.
Push out
You
the
could
push out
cast
the-
protection for the ones that can't fly.
That would be too nice.
I have 0 things to be able to help y'all. I'm so sorry.
This is so fun. So the boat starts to tip forward, the fairies fly up, but the fairies notice that up is weird. So as they try to fly up, they actually stay exactly in the same orientation to the boat. And they just kind of swing forward with the boat as it's going downwards. And looking down now, you see that this waterfall is a bit odd. Go ahead and give me a perception check, so you can notice what's odd about it.
All right.
Perception. What am I
Thank you.
adding for perception?
It's your mind stat if you're not proficient. If you are proficient,
There you
it's
go.
double your mind stat.
I don't know what my stats are. Everything's just defaulting to 10.
What's defaulting to 10?
Everything. It's all attributes are 10.
Oh, your attributes on your character in here are completely wrong. Yeah, they're not set
Oh,
up at
okay.
all. Sorry, I should have said that from the very beginning. That's my bad. No wonder you were
That's okay.
confused.
So, yeah. So what do I need to roll?
It's just a d6 plus your mind stat. So it's probably a +1 for you.
So mine's 8 right now. I rolled
7.
5.
Nice. Okay. So, you notice that this waterfall is actually made of mist, and it's not solid water. And you're falling at a rate that is weird. You should have already started careening over this waterfall and smashed down into the lake flood. But
Right.
some magic is holding you in this weird orientation. And just about that time, you hear a large screeching noise from above. And then you see a very beautiful sight. 2 extremely rotund, very, very fat, beautiful multicolored birds that somehow are flying just by having wings that are far, far, far too small for their fat bodies. And they're making squawking noises that could only be described as sounding like a peacock hymn, which is hideously bad to listen to if you've never heard them. And everything's peaceful, and the next thing you know, a large, what we would know as a pterodactyl, swoops in, eats them both in one fell swoop, and flies away. Mind you, these birds were probably like 5 meters radius bigness. They were very, very fat birds, and they were now very good snacks. Radius pterodactyl that flies away. And suddenly, every flying person on this little boat realizes that flying could be risky at some points.
Mm-hmm.
So the boat slowly continues its journey downwards, and after about 20 minutes, it finally hits the bottom of this misty fall. And instead of splashing into the water, it's almost like it levels out, and the water's surface is crystal clear. And you see one singular ripple go out from the boat, but instead of losing its amplitude and starting to like kind of deteriorate, it just continues to ripple out at the exact same amplitude of wavelength until it disappears into the mist that you now find yourselves consumed by. And that is where we will end the session of Lost in Paradise.
Cool.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. I
Very
always
good.
like to do that.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Very
we always
cool.
love it. So what we always love to do at the end of sessions is do what is called the 3 questions. And so, Bria, you'll be the first up. It's going to be the coolest moment for your character or thing you like the most about the session. And then the second question is thing you wish was improved about the session or that you didn't like or that you wish had been done differently. And lastly, the third question is the thing you learned or the most interesting thing you learned. And so, Bree, take it away.
The coolest moment was definitely when I just obliterated all 16 of those skeletons.
By far.
And then I'd say the thing that I'd say probably needs to be like improved or like worked on is just like the role playing, maybe just like getting more into it. But that's about it.
Yeah, I agree completely.
And then I don't know. There's so many things I learned because I'm a new player, so I just learned a bunch.
Yeah, for real. You learned that that spinal beam does really big work on people that line up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. So, Dan, I know you kind of came in a little late, and I think the character on the fly. So, still learning the character, figuring them out, what makes them tick. So, what was your favorite part?
Let's see. I think the end, just because I love Lost Worlds, so that was cool.
Awesome. And what do you think could have been improved or thing that you didn't enjoy as much?
I don't think I played long enough to really get a feel for anything that could be improved. To be honest, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, everything seemed just fine, just from what I saw. I mean, I if I had played for longer, I might have gotten a better impression of the pros and cons, but I don't really feel like I did.
Yeah, Q joined in after combat for the most part, and the only combat we had was immediately obliterated once you got here. So definitely didn't get a chance to get a good feel for your character quite yet. So that makes perfect sense. And Fordham.
I mean, it's fun to AoE. I like the AoE in the beginning that I managed to pull off. That was Sonic Boom. That was cool.
Yeah, that was devastating.
Improvement. It's difficult to give an improvement right now because it's first go.
That's fair.
I'm trying to think though. Maybe I see on the right-hand side there's some music. There's a music selection that you can do from there. Maybe you can incorporate music into certain encounters. And what was the last thing?
I feel bad because I actually did have music. I just completely forgot about it.
It can make for some funny interactions, or what's it called? Getting pulled into the moment.
Yep.
What was the last option? The third one?
The thing you learned.
Oh, the thing I learned. Well, everything. I mean, it's the first time I'm doing tabletop D&D, so
Oh, the first time ever?
tabletop digital. Yeah.
I think you played exceptionally well for a first time player.
I was just myself. It's easy to role play yourself.
That's perfect.
There we go, and the music is going.
Yeah. Let me know if it's too loud.
No, it's good.
Okay, Hawthorne.
Sure. I think I kind of have a similar issue as Dan. I came in and I didn't really have a whole lot of time to. But I would agree with Bree about possibly roleplay. Would be fun to have a little more of. I think we got a little bit in, but
Yeah.
it would always be cool to have more. I think partially that could be I noticed myself I struggled a little with crosstalk just because it got difficult to understand who was talking when.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to be careful
I know
with
for
that.
some tables, yeah, I know for some tables they implement, and I have for myself when I've DM'd implemented just roll initiative order and the initiative order stays for as far as speaking order,
Perfect.
just to help with that until you get used to each other. Obviously, it's a little difficult when you're talking about one shots, but that sometimes seems to assist with just. I did notice that like a lot of times someone would begin talking and someone would leap in and do their thing and continue doing several actions versus like,
Yeah.
hey, let's slow down and let's role play it out. Let's talk about it in character.
Yeah, roll play it
Like
out, coordinate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's less of a system issue, and that's just like it's hard when you're all doing it for the first time kind of table. So
Yeah.
I didn't
Order
really
of
have an issue with that.
operations.
That's
Just a
great
possible,
feedback.
yeah. But I had fun. I enjoyed it.
I'm glad.
Building the
Same.
character was really simple once you got the hang of it.
Nice.
I learned a lot, obviously, about. I think it's a very interesting simplification of 5e. Obviously, it's not quite 5e, but it plays
Yeah.
as a very streamlined system to that, and I appreciate that because it does seem to help to just kind of have this, that, and the other. I did notice a lot of crossover with terms from 5e, which is fine, but for people who are veterans, that might be a little confusing. So,
Yeah. Could you give me an example of one of those? I know advantage, disadvantage is something that we keep.
Sure. Perception. I didn't have. I was a little confused about perception, devotion charges, and morale. I know that's just more of a like using those type of word. Like perception has like a specific thing in 5e, right? Where you're right. Like proficiency is one thing, but I guess I was kind of struggling with it being a simplified system. I was trying to understand. Obviously that's more an improvement part on me as a player. As I play, I'm sure I'll get the hang of the system a little better, but just some of the crossover words are tripping me up because I've played 5e for 6 years.
Oh yeah,
So,
no, I'm totally guilty with that one.
That's
why
not
I
a bad
tried
thing.
to.
It's just, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. Speaking of crosstalk.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Obviously, I'm talking a lot for someone who didn't play a lot. So most of this was more so just me as a player. I just need to play the system a little more. I liked it. I think it's a very easy to pick up system. I think it's a very good way to practice tabletop games. Obviously, Doom picked it up really well, considering never played anything like it. So good on Doom, but also good on the system. I think it really is a nicely built for jumping in. I think it just, yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out.
Take care.
All right, it's a pleasure. Hoping to see you next Friday.
For sure. Have a good night.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yep, take care.
Good night.
And last but not least is Flutie. If you want to give your 3 answers real quick.
My favorite part of the game, I think, was actually the end as well, where the transition from the one map to the second. I thought you did an excellent job of creating that. And then the thing I learned is I didn't know you could like do the 2 players working together. Yeah, so that was kind of new and interesting for me. And what was the third question?
I'm so sorry.
What I liked. Oh, what I
Tell me
thought could
what
be
you've improved.
improved.
Yeah.
Um, I'm so new still to this that, and it's just hard to, because I'm still learning how it works, so it's kind of hard to know what can be improved when I don't really understand 100% how it works. But maybe the role play too, because I know it does add a little bit of excitement and things to the play when, yeah.
Yeah,
So
I think that's all very valid. And I think the role play will be really good on the next session because we're going to get introduced to the world. And there'll still be combat and other things to keep things fun and interesting. But certainly there'll be a lot more lore, role play, and other stuff going into this. To be honest, what I initially intended, just to kind of spoil it, was to have a really big epic fight with the Necromancer. But you guys seem to be having so much fun and hopefully coming back next Friday that I was like, you know what? Let's jump into the long form campaign. And so I decided to skip that fight and instead have the Druid Relic pull us into Paradise. And so Lost in Paradise, just a preview for you guys, is a campaign I ran for 2 years and it's completely homebrewed. It borrows from a lot of my favorite video games and stories and books that I've read across my lifespan, and it's my little love project. I just love it so much, and so hopefully I'll be able to share it with you guys, and we'll be able to have a lot of fun in paradise.
I'll be
and
up
I
for
think
next
the
Friday.
role play. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, no, I just concurring. I'll be here for the next weekend, unless I'm too
Cool.
tired from work. But there's a good chance I won't be.
That's
I
good.
think as people learn the game and how it works and what your skills are and what you can do and what you can't do and what other people can do. That's the other thing too, is I kind of know what my skills are, but I don't know how to pair them with someone else when I don't know what their skills are necessarily.
Yeah,
So
that's. I was gonna say
that
that's perfectly in character too, because you guys are learning each other's characters and what they do in universe as well. So that actually is really
right.
cool.
So yeah, I think as we learn, I think the role play will come more naturally once you kind of learn what you can and can't do and how things work
Sure.
together.
Yeah.
I will feel like the happiest designer in the world if you guys start coming up with combo names for your abilities. Like do the butterfly, sting like a bee, or something like that. I will be very happy. Or play that one about falling down the stairs. And the bard plays a little music about knocking somebody over or something, and you chop their head off. So very excited to see what you guys come up with. You're all very wonderfully creative people. You can already tell you just play session one. So I'm looking forward to my Fridays of the week now. And we probably should end it there because it's getting late for you guys, especially for you, sir. So we'll go ahead and call it in the stream. But thank you guys for watching, whoever has. And glad we can get some of our stream players in here and actually playing. And so that's one of the things that I wanted for my system to be able to do. And it worked. Yay! We have minimal downtime to get people playing a tabletop game. It's like unheard of. So thank you guys again so much. And we're going to be logging out now. You guys have a good rest of your night.
Good night.
Okay.
See you
Bye,
next
everybody.
weekend.
Good night.
See you next Friday.
Bye.